Yo!
Now should it be up there?
No, it won't be up there. I turned it off from over there.
So we're not gonna see what's going on right now?
I mean, you can peek over there if you want to after it catches up, but I think yeah, God damn.
Yep, don't like that at all. I got like a fucking 12-second delay. So if I've got some shit on my face, I'm just gonna sit here with it on there for
the good
like
news
12
is
seconds.
the good news is we can see that you don't have shit on your face right now. So that's something that we can appreciate.
Traffic.
But see, now everybody sees the casting couch and the stains. That is a really bad delay.
Need a chat, son. There we go.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
We got the fucking chat now.
Ricky Bobby.
Oh no, I lost it.
Oh, what'd you do?
Fucked it up. Alright, I just wanted to get the chat up there in case somebody commented in the chat.
Look at that.
What?
Like one wrong angle there, and somebody's gonna see my dick.
Well, keep. God.
Your legs closed, bud.
Alright, son, keep your fucking.
We need like a curtain over here. or
keep your
something.
python covered, alright? Jesus Christ.
Crotch curtain.
Maybe. I angled it up a little bit, so.
Yeah, that's what it was. He just cut me out completely. Like, we'll listen to you, but we don't want to see you.
Were you talking? No, you weren't talking, Bub. You're just gonna have to control that schlong, alright?
You don't even know, like, how am I supposed to know if you're looking at me or looking over there or...
I'm
I
looking.
can't see.
You can. That camera is pointed directly at you.
Are we gonna argue all day, or are we just gonna
That's
get this
basically
thing
what
going
we do.
on?
We
Yeah, that's
fucking-
basically what we do.
We fucking
Also, what
might.
am I supposed to do with my hands again?
That you're not holding the mic right. Yeah, that's
That's
much
my
better.
natural instinct.
You knew exactly
There we
how
go.
to hold
There-
it.
Pass the back.
There was
back
no hesitation there. There was fucking Kobe Bryant over here. All right. We're getting into it now. All right, so
Speaking of that, what do you guys think of our logo there?
I like it.
Like Steven asked for a picture whenever he was getting it, a picture of me yelling. So I went like, I had to get the wife to take a picture of me, and I was just full on like
The what?
really into it. And
the what?
the wife, and basically she sent me a thing the other day. She's like, "Yeah, that's not my husband, or that's my husband. We're just not married yet."
There you go.
And then Steven just looks like he's about to gargle a hog
shit.
there.
Steven always looks like that. I just want to.
Autumn said to put on underwear and you wouldn't have your fucking python slinging everywhere.
The python's cage.
Just like
There you go. Cross them fucking legs, brother.
That's really uncomfortable.
Sorry. Cross them legs. All right. So we've been fucking live for goddamn 15 minutes, and we said nothing about our guests over here. So on this couch over here, we've got Mr. Joshua Caudell, and then we've got Mr. Brandon Mullins over there. The initial plan
Hola.
was to do a podcast with Josh and go in depth about weightlifting and TikTok and things of that nature. And then when Brandon showed up, we were just going to do like a shoot the shit podcast, which I'm sure this will turn into fast.
Oh yeah, we'll just mash the both of them together.
Yeah, it's perfect. But all right, Josh, you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah. So my name is Josh. My TikTok or my social media name is through Hell and Back.
Shameless plug.
But yeah, I started. You just want me to go into like my social media, or how do you want to?
Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely.
Just talk.
I'm looking here, right? Is this the camera?
Yeah. See,
That one
that's the
up
thing. We can't see where the fuck it's looking.
All right, I'll fix it. I'll fix it so you can see it.
Until we look up
All right,
there.
God damn it. I'll fix it. All
Our
right.
fucking IT guy blows.
Check.
I'm about to
Check.
change it. All right. All right. Just calm down for a second.
Oh my god.
Just calm
What
down.
are you doing?
Calm down. Everybody can see this now?
Is that what we're seeing right now?
That's live.
Oh, see, now that's much better. I can see.
That's live.
Now I'm good. See if anything.
Who's echoing?
Hello?
Somebody's echoing.
Hello.
All right, I'll sit down. If there's still an echo, let me know.
Who said somebody's echoing?
Autumn said he's echoing. She didn't elaborate on who.
Close her fucking ears.
Ooh.
Am I echoing?
I don't know.
It's just so nice. We want you to hear it twice.
That's fucking right.
Dang, tough crowd.
Tough crab.
Help me, Jesus.
Josh is echoing.
Josh is echoing? He's probably just echoing off of my mic. Alright. Now I can see where it's coming from.
Am I echoing?
You're helping. You're helping. And Ariel said it's good on her end, so it might really be Autumn just needs to cover her ears. All right. Anyways,
shit's broken.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's talk about the TikTok first.
Yeah, so the TikTok started, oh man, it's been, I would say about 4 years now, maybe a little more. So, are we good? Okay, we're good now.
Yep.
So,
Which one are we seeing here?
You need what the fuck?
Because I see me and Brandon.
God damn it. It's not changing. You know what, Josh? Eventually, you're going to be able to finish what you're saying.
it's cool, it's cool. Yeah.
Change?
Okay,
All
there
right,
we go.
all right,
Now
we're good.
it's switching. There you
Now,
go.
it'll switch it. Now it's live to what's really going on with the cams.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started my TikTok about 4 years ago, and there's a whole backstory to the name and why I started it, which we can get into. But in summary, I had gained a lot of weight, so I was about 100 pounds heavier than I am now, and so I had just gotten sober. I was about 3 months sober from alcohol, and I just started just living this crazy like weightlifting lifestyle that I saw all these weightlifters on YouTube doing, and I just started working out like 2 or 3 hours a day, and I was 500 pounds, but I was just living this lifestyle that was kind of crazy. And my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, was like, since you live that lifestyle, you should start putting it on the internet. You could be just like them. She's always been my biggest supporter. So that's why if you go back on my TikTok, the original videos were me trying to mimic like the top strongmen. But it turned into more like a comedy channel
Right.
because of a lot of the hate and stuff that I got.
And it definitely fucking blew up from the comedy.
Yeah. Because being like a drug-free weightlifter, you're not really pushing as many numbers as like the other guys. But and I enjoy the comedy. I don't post near as much as I used to. I plan on getting back into the comedy. I had a kid, so you know, having kids it takes a lot of your time. But the comedy is definitely something I'm passionate about.
Now, whenever you got started and you were, you said you were a bigger dude.
Yeah.
Were you able to? Did you ever have any kind of weightlifting background at all? I mean, did you ever?
No. So, I mean, I had lifted weights before, but my high school, we went to high school together, Brandon and I. We didn't have football. We had like an old, rusty gym equipment in the basement. And if your PE teacher liked you enough, he would kind of take you down there once a week or something and let you mess around. But like, I never bench pressed over 185 in high school, or like over 200. So I did lift a little bit, mess around. But when I first started lifting 4 years ago, my max bench was 225. and like I don't know what I didn't curl at the time.
Yeah.
But like I was like fresh start into weightlifting. I'd never been on a weightlifting routine. I didn't know what hypertrophy was. I didn't know what powerlifting was.
And you were still able to put up 225?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's actually really good. I know a lot of guys that they're bigger dudes, so they automatically think whenever I go into the gym, I'm gonna be able to push this heavy weight, and then they're not able to do it, and then they get discouraged, and then they just they give up again.
Yeah, and I'm really bad about getting scramble minded and talking ahead of myself. So if I do, please stop me. But I will say that I think has been one of my biggest strengths at where I've taken my weightlifting and even my TikTok is I didn't know that because I started weightlifting by myself. Like I didn't get into it with a group of people. So I just went to YouTube and was like, what are these top in the world guys doing? And I never was close to that. So I was like, I suck. I need to do better. I need to do better. I need to get up there. And then I posted a video of me strict curling 135 one time, and I had a world record holder reach out to me in my DMs and was like, hey, do you know that like you're for a natty guy, like you're putting up some numbers.
Yeah,
like
it's a lot of fucking weight.
You should get into this. And I was like, dude, I'm not even close to. I just, it's this, which like I said, we can get into it. It's just this weird self-hatred that I had from drinking so many years that it pushed me so hard into weightlifting that I just thought all the numbers I put up just sucked.
Yeah, I mean that can depending on your mindset. I feel like that can be a good thing or a bad thing. You either have that mindset where it's like I can do better, I can figure out a way to do this, and then you have other people. The majority, I feel like, of people who are just like, fuck it, I'm never gonna get up to where they're at.
Yeah.
I give up, kind of thing.
Yeah, I would say it's hurt me more now in the later years than it did back then. I mean, you look like you work out, so I'm assuming like. When people
just you just look like you work out a little bit.
You look like a fit guy, like a gym.
No, he's built like a twig.
Fuck you.
But what I'm saying is like once you start hitting more of your genetic, and I hate saying this because I refuse to believe that people have genetic maximums. Like you can only go so far. But I will say now that I've been lifting for about 5 years, like you will hit a point to where you barely make any gains.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting there. I'm reaching that point right now.
Yeah, and it sucks so bad because you're like, I'm going to add 10 pounds this week. I'm going to add 20 pounds this month or in 3 months. And then when you are like, damn, I got weaker over a period of a month, like what happened? It just starts screwing with you. And that kind of makes sense why you hear guys talk about like steroids and how they're addicting mentally. Because that adrenaline of just getting stronger.
Let's go ahead and hop into that.
The steroid thing.
I'm just kidding.
I thought so. Like looking at you, I figured. Yeah,
I could tell.
I've been contemplating it.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I'm like I know the whole thing. They're not great for you. I feel like you can use them in a certain way to get a lot of pros. I mean, you still got to deal with the cons of it, but that's what I was saying. I'm getting to that point to where I'm kind of plateauing, and I just feel like at some point I'm going to have to do something a little more to be able to get over this hump,
Yeah.
To get to where I need to be. But I also completely understand the risks with it. I understand that there's health issues with it, and it can fuck with you, but I guess I'm willing to at some point take that risk. I don't want to do it too early in life, but I also don't want to do it too late. I'm trying to wait for that sweet spot,
Yeah. How old are you?
34.
Yeah. And I don't want to take too much light from you. Like if you want to.
Oh no, you guys are killing the conversation.
So I have a lot of opinions about steroid use, and I will be the first one to say I'm pissed because I will never do it, and I want to. So that's just me being completely honest. I want to, but I never will.
So why wouldn't you?
I've been morbidly obese my whole life, and I know right now I can tell you I have high blood pressure, like headaches and stuff I get if I drink an energy drink. And now that I have a son, my biggest thing is I need to be alive as long as possible for him.
Mhm.
And so it's so weird because I feel like a lot of obese or overweight people, they're like try to hide the fact that they're unhealthy. And I don't. Like, I openly talk about it. I'm like, I'm an emotional eater, and like that's an addiction that I have. And I feel like as addicted as I was to alcohol, I don't want to jump into something that I know I will freaking love. Like, I'm scared of how much I would love the gains of roids, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at as well. Like, I know that it's something that once I start, I'm going to have to continue to do.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for the point. Like, you can ask my other half. Like, I'm terrified of commitment. So,
I think he's talking about his wife.
yeah.
He's talking about his girl. No, he's pointing he's pointing to me because I can vouch.
Well,
Yeah.
so it's like, so I train. I've been doing a lot of home workouts again with arm wrestling. But when I moved to Frankfurt, I got a gym membership at I don't want to say the name because I think I've made some people mad there, but it's a fantastic gym, the biggest gym in Frankfurt, Kentucky. Strongman gym. So much strongman equipment. And that is the first place that I've worked, and this is strictly my opinion, not factual, this is my opinion. That's the first gym I've worked at where there's a lot of enhanced athletes.
Mm-hmm.
And when you actually see those people in person and the light years ahead of you that they are when they're on gear, it's not like 20, 30 pounds. It's not like, oh, I could really, break a plateau. They are like a different speed performance. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know one in particular that I can think of. He was a monster from the day that I met him, and then there was a point where he had to quit taking them because of his health.
Yeah.
And like when he came back into the gym, I felt like I was bigger than what he was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that big of a difference. I mean, he was like, he was about my size. Like, I mean, he was bigger than me, but about my height. And he was right up there in those the powerlifting competitions.
Yeah.
I mean, he was right up there with the top of them. I mean, just a monster. And then due to health reasons, he had to stop taking them, and he really. And it can be depressing too. Like if you have to stop taking that, and your lifts drop that dramatically, I mean, that's really gonna fuck with you.
Yeah, and for example, my left bicep is still injured. It's been injured for a year because I don't know when to quit. But when I won that national championship, here's my national championship medal.
Flex it. No, flex it.
Yeah, I won a national strict curl championship last year, and I missed my third lift. So my third lift is 175, and I missed it, but I had hit it in my home gym. At the time, the world record was 205, and I was like on an upward peak. But right before my competition, I was being really stupid trying to make TikTok. The video is on my TikTok somewhere of me doing paused preacher curls. Go down, extend, pause, and then just jerk it up. And I felt something pop, and I was like, can I cuss?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck no, you can't.
I was like, fuck, man, I just did something. And it was like every workout, it got worse and worse. And so now I can maybe get 160 on a good day. And so it's like just that little drop has made me depressed. Because that was like my whole identity was like, I'm going to be like a complete natural athlete and be on like a world level stage. And then now that I've screwed up my arm, I'm depressed about it all the time.
Well, you still have a record in Indiana, right?
Yeah.
What exactly is the record in Indiana? Because I'm sure that most people say like, I hold the Indiana state record for, curling, but they don't say exactly what it is.
Okay.
In this weight class at this age, I don't know how they.
Yeah. So to answer the first question, it's 163 pounds. So strict curl, and I could have done more, but obviously I went too high. But 163 pound curl for super heavyweight. So the way that powerlifting works is they do have age classes and things like that, but if you're over 308 pounds, so you could be 309 or you could be 500 pounds, you are in what they call open super heavyweight. Open means no age limit, it's just purely body weight, and you go in, and that's where you're going to see your top number. heavyweight.
Okay.
So I have the open super heavyweight Indiana State record.
Oh hell yeah.
It was on my radar to break the Kentucky record, which is 175. So I'm still close. I started arm wrestle training recently, which involves a lot of band work, and apparently arm wrestlers break tendons a lot. They get a lot of arm injuries. So the plan is to kind of try to rehabilitate the arm with arm wrestling stuff, like stretches.
Are you right-handed or left?
I'm right-handed.
Okay.
Yeah. So I still haven't given up on the Kentucky State record, is what I'm saying. I'm going to try to rehabilitate the arm and go for it next June. And then once that's done, I'm telling myself that I'd be done.
Yeah, you say that.
Yeah, I say that.
We'll see. Like Ohio's not too far away.
Yeah,
So now with the arm wrestling, are you doing TikToks and stuff to show your arm wrestling training?
Yeah. So I've posted a few videos recently of me working with a table. I have not arm wrestled anyone since like 8th grade. So it's been over 20 years since I've ever arm wrestled anyone. But I just got online, like I did weightlifting, and started YouTubing, like, how do you train arm wrestling? And I had most of the equipment. I bought a table. And so I'm trying to find an arm wrestling group in Kentucky to try to learn some techniques. But yeah, the goal ideally is to start making more comedy TikToks, but that content will revolve around like arm wrestling, like how I'm like learning about arm wrestling.
Oh, I've got your TikTok pulled up now.
Yeah.
We're looking at about 38,000 followers
Yeah, it's
Holy
gone down
shit.
actually. I've lost some followers.
and 1.4 million likes. That's fucking insane, dude.
That's really
Thank
good.
you. Yeah.
This video,
Yeah.
95-pound table curl for the homies locked up.
Yeah, I had a guy. This guy was hating on me, but he said he was on a jail.
Oh, I didn't even see the comment. Okay.
Yeah, he said
I'm
he
on a
couldn't-
jail phone.
He couldn't upload a video of him doing what I was doing because he's in jail.
Oh fuck.
Which we could keep talking about weightlifting, but the hate comments is kind of a segue into.
Is that 55 pounds right there?
Yeah, those are 25-pound plates and then a dumbbell bar. Yeah.
God dang. You're just twirling my bench around your fucking hand.
Strict curl, man. I would say the first 6 months is so painful, and a lot of the top guys now in strict curl who are full blown like on roids, they all came from arm wrestling because there's so much.
It's fucking
wrist
insane.
and forearm strength in strict curl because when you get that weight up, you hit like a wall. They call it the pivot point. You hit the so like being a big guy, I kind of use my belly to create momentum, but once you get it here, it's like you hit a wall, and a lot of those smaller guys twist their wrist in and kind of like bring it up with all forearms. And so where I did so much strict curl, a lot of the like the twist and weight stuff, it's not really painful anymore. I've done it for so long.
Yeah. That's fucking. You're just twirling 55 pounds.
I mean, my wrist is pretty thick. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane, bro.
That'd be a good TikTok. You over there fucking benching, and then you like hand him the bar, and then he's just
Twirling it around like a
Yeah.
fucking baton.
That 95-pound curl I did after like 8 sets of the pronation curl, which is really painful. So I'm gonna try to do 120, I think, next week without like just warming up and not exhausting myself. I'm gonna try and hit one.
Quick question. Are either one of you allergic to cats?
No, I'm not.
Okay, because my cat just fucking strolled in here. I just wanted to make sure he wasn't a health hazard to anybody. That checks out, bub. You don't get it, that's for sure. Oh, you got a new lady now, don't you? You? No? You? Okay, okay.
Oh, have we even looked at these comments?
Yeah, I've been keeping
Are you
an eye.
watching them?
Yeah,
Trying to help.
we're chilling
Good
now.
I see Steven, Josh, and Brandon. Yeah, fuck me, I guess.
Well, it was when it was on the left cam, bub. It was when it was over there. We've been going back and forth, bub, as the conversation progresses.
Okay.
But, however,
Okay, now your strict curl.
I gotta pee. Fucking drink a lot of water.
Piss your fucking pants, dude. We ain't got time for that.
I gotta piss.
Just
You
let
guys
it
are
go,
welcome
man.
to
Hey,
continue.
we won't tell nobody.
You guys watch Joe Rogan's podcast?
Oh, of course, yeah.
One of the guys gets up to go pee, and Shane Gillis is on there, and he's like, All right, now that he's gone, let's talk mad shit about him. There's like millions of people watching.
Hey, that's an idea.
And we're in Steven's house, but just kidding.
Your strict curl. Whenever you're talking about that, what's the difference between that and just a regular curl?
Yeah. So in summary, strict curl, the idea is to take all momentum, all body weight factors out of it. What I mean by body weight factors is in the big three powerlifting movements: squat, bench, deadlift. You will see on my TikTok, I make fun of so many people because they're like, mass moves mass, and I give the idea that mass doesn't move mass. But yes, it does. The bigger you are, it does help you because you're kind of buoyant. Like, especially when you learn how to squat with your torso. If you have a big beer belly and you brace it and you kind of bounce off of it, you can kind of bounce squat. I learned how to do that. Anyway, so strict curl, the idea is to minimize any type of advantage you have. So the idea is your butt and shoulders have to be firmly planted on a wall and your knees have to be locked. Now, there are two different federations that have slightly different rules. One federation, you can bend your knees, but your head has to be. Federation that your head doesn't have to be against the wall, your knees have to be locked. It's so much harder with locked knees.
I could see that. Did you wipe?
What kind of fucking question is that, brother?
What's up, brother?
Did I wipe?
Yeah,
I washed. Yeah, I wiped. I wiped my hands
You
dry.
said you had
after
to
I
go take a
washed them.
piss, right?
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you wiped.
Yeah, I knew where he was going with it. Probably not to.
Oh.
Fucking cocksucker.
Hello.
Now,
Hey, yeah. Hang on. Keep that for a second.
I gotta say something. Hold on. Let me talk to my man here for a minute. Let me tell you a story. You want to hear a really funny story?
You gonna tell him how we met?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
I
All
met the-
right, we're fucking in there.
behind a dumpster at a truck stop
You're really close. So we worked at Pet Supply Plus up the road here.
behind Pest.
And I tell you what, we had lunch break. I brought something that I had to spicy, okay? I had it bad. So I go to the bathroom. We were in this bathroom, 2 stalls. I was bigger stall. I'm a bigger guy. So this person, I didn't know who it was at the time, walks in. I've got the door locked. Shakes the door. Said somebody's in here. He proceeds to then pick the lock and come on in. And I'm just sitting there. I'm just sitting there, just going to town, okay? And he proceeds to walk on in and doesn't say, "Oh shit, I'm sorry," and walk out. He just stands there and goes, "You almost done?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, just give me about 5 more minutes." He goes,
This
"Okay."
was the first time you guys met?
Yeah. Then we become friends after that.
Well, I mean,
So-
you can't get much closer than that. I mean, if you can shit in the same room with somebody,
So
that's...
I need to preface on this a little bit. So this lock that was on the stall was one of those where like it was a lock, but it was a broken lock, and it was a circle like on the door, and to where like when it was initially installed, you could tell it was one of those locks. You turned it, and the lock went through.
Now it just had a hole through it. You could just move it with your finger kind of thing?
Yes, exactly. And I thought someone on the outside just fucking locked it. So
Okay.
so I shook
literally
it.
said I was
No.
in there.
No. I shook the door, thinking that it was the guy, and because he was not the only one in the bathroom. The other stall was occupied too. And I shook the door, thinking that that voice
can
came from the other
explain all
stall.
this you want, but we're still going to get to the point where you walk in.
I absolutely
You
fucking
open
walked
the
in.
door. You see somebody, a grown man, sitting there taking a shit.
What's up,
And
brother?
rather than just close it, you proceed to have a conversation with him.
Yeah, you know what's great about that?
Like everything coming out all right.
I was like, all right, my bad, dude. Then I left. And he walking out of the bathroom, like, hey, shut the door back.
You just left the fucking
Wide
door open.
Wide open. I'm just sitting there, little Peter hanging out, everything. He just left me wide open.
Just leave the fucking door open on the man.
No.
No. Then we were friends after that up until this day.
Wait, you just left?
Yeah.
How many stalls are in the bathroom?
2. There was 2 stalls, 2 years.
Why didn't you go to the other stall and take
There
a
was
shit?
somebody in there.
Yeah.
What do you do? Pick that lock and fucking walk in there too?
I had to shit.
No, I get that, but
No, please.
like a dude from the fucking Shining, fucking axing down the door.
Funny story to go off the one we're talking about. He did the exact same thing in his old house.
Now you're capping.
The exact same thing. It was you.
You're capping.
You came into the bathroom when I was trying to take a poop.
You're capping,
No,
brother.
I'm not.
Okay, so what you're telling us is you don't want to be left alone with that man.
Right.
Okay,
well,
I got
this
you.
bathroom, I think it's just one door, and I can lock it.
You think? Until you pick some motherfucker.
So you're telling me I'm lying? You didn't walk in at the old house?
I don't
with the
remember.
revolving-
I don't remember the apartment.
It wasn't the apartment. It was the house
Oh, that.
with the revolving door. It did.
How
Because there was
many
no latch.
people do you walk in?
There was no latch to that door. Like, whenever you normal doors have like the shit inside the door frame to where when you pull the door shut, it goes in.
You
Well, that one didn't have it, so it fucking you could push the door and it would just swing open.
You don't have a habit of like
Knocking?
on the door?
I literally told him I was going to the bathroom because we went to Greenwood and ate.
So he was just like waiting on you.
Where
to
we
do
eat
that.
at?
Hooters.
No, it was
Huh.
It was Five Guys
Like Five Guys?
all the time. I like the dude with the car. Okay, well, I've spoke my piece. I'm gonna give this microphone back to
Yeah, that was a nice change of pace.
five-time
Oh.
World Wrestling Federation
brother?
champion of the world over
We
here.
have a
Everybody, you
grip
wanna see his
tester
medal
here.
again?
Can I see this grip tester here?
Yeah.
Now, what did you get this for?
I got it. I made a video on my TikTok about it. I got it a couple years, probably 3 or 4 years ago, just because I wanted to see what my grip was at the time.
You got this for curling? Are you 25?
No, I'm not 25.
I'm fucking with your settings here. I don't know what this is. 1 or 2. Oh, no.
I just hit
Oh, that's
start
for
a bunch of
more
times.
people. Well, it's got a thing where you can set your age, and you might have been gripping as a female.
Breaking
That's
records.
allowed nowadays.
Breaking records, baby. I identify
Yeah.
as a mental health disorder.
Are you supposed to grab one hand or two?
One hand.
What'd you get?
120.
Nice.
That don't seem right.
So I think the average male grip strength is 100.
That don't seem right.
So anything over 100. I will tell you, I think it measures low.
I feel like it went above that. I just couldn't see it whenever it.
Because I have a 200-pound gripper that I can click several times, and it says I'm like 150.
What's he doing? Over there talking shit.
I mean, I actually was gonna mention him about the TikTok hate. We can talk about that in a second.
Oh my god, it is. That's awful. Well, yeah, we'll go with the first one then. God.
Was it?
120 is my highest one.
Ready to go?
Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Left-handed. Right hand?
I'll do your strongest hand.
Do it with both hands.
He's confused. He like, yeah, it didn't go above 20. He's like, oh, other hand. Well, squeeze that fucking thing. 2 hands.
He got a 0. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what I was worried about whenever I got that 120. I felt like it went above 120.
It's called the Humbler. All right.
Face down, huh?
Oh shit, I didn't even have it on me when I did that.
Thanks, man. Yeah, Steve. But I'm saying, like, It's not accurate.
Yeah, man, it says mine's low. Meanwhile, it says 42.
I don't know. Those are kind of cool. I know they have newer models that I think are more. It's fun, kind of.
That's so.
Yeah.
Got your money's worth.
Yeah.
How much was it?
$20.
Oh, yeah, I definitely got your. I got your money's worth out of it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Have you seen? Because Brandon said the 5-time champ. You know who Dr. Disrespect is?
Oh yeah. Oh,
The 2-time?
bro, I don't play video games near as much as I used to, but I watch streamers a lot. Like I want.
Have you seen the shit that's blowing up with him right now?
Yeah.
I just heard about that the other day.
So he got banned on Twitch. I think it was 2020. A Twitch employee got fired and leaked the information. Said that he was banned because he was sending whispers on Twitch to a minor that inappropriate.
Mm-hmm. And he denied it at first, right? And then he came back and said, "Well,
the conversation drifted into the."
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. There was no pictures, but the problem is like once you lied about it the first time,
Yeah.
then you're fucked. You should have just kept up that lie. That was so fucking stupid.
So my opinion on it is, it's freaking Dr. Disrespect. Like Guy Beam, like you could tell who he is when he takes off. Like if he comes out, or whether or not he's in character.
Right.
He could probably have any woman he.
Yeah, and he's already married, and I'm pretty sure there was like a big drama thing going on a couple years ago where he was
Yeah.
like 5 years ago.
So my take on it is, if you knew this person was a minor, and you openly admit it got inappropriate, to me, I have no choice but to believe you are as guilty.
Yeah.
You could have anyone you want, and you're showing inappropriate interest in it. Like, it just...
Well, yeah, and then, I mean, like I said, him lying about it to begin with.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bad look all over.
Yeah, you shouldn't have fucking lied
Like
about it.
Nick Merckx had a video on on Twitter defending him, saying like, "Hey, that's my boy. We're not gonna jump to conclusions. We're not to the hate yet." Came out with his own statement. Support that.
Yeah. Didn't he lose a lot of endorsements and shit?
Who, Dr. Disrespect? Oh,
Yeah.
He had to.
Completely over some younger. I don't even know if it was. I was gonna say a female. I don't even
fucking cooter.
Do you even know that it was a female?
Don't know that.
That's fair. They never did say female. I think.
No ID on it.
Dang, I just not realized that. Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
I just. But yeah, I don't think there's any coming back from this. He took a huge hit.
And
in
his like post the long post that he made on Twitter confession, the very last paragraph was him, "I'm not going nowhere." Like, think y'all hard, bud.
Yeah, that's rough. That one's a rough one. Even if people still support him, like that's always gonna be.
Think he's taking a shit.
Oh, do it.
Maybe-
Do it.
maybe he
Yeah.
left.
Can you switch the camera first? What are you fucking doing? Did you unlock the fucking?
Yeah, dude.
ESP bud.
I seen that he was in there for a long time. I was like, I wonder if he's taking a shit, dude. This is too good. I can't pass up this opportunity.
This is gonna be like a ritual for every fucking house.
Had we not talked about the conversation yet, I probably wouldn't have done it. But since it was fresh on my mind, I was like, I have to.
Should have been in there
Bush
jerking
latte.
off.
Still could.
I keep saying, "What's a bush latte?" And he's like, "It's bush light." And I'm like, "But it says latte."
It does.
You get that off fucking like
Smacking your lips
Timu or something.
What the fuck were you
TikTok.
doing in the bathroom? You're over there fucking smacking your lips. You're over there smacking your lips. I just like it. It was fresh.
He had a lemony fresh shit.
I Lysol mopped the floors, like disinfected the toilet. It was probably the cleanest toilet you sat on ever.
Definitely need a cameraman. So you got the box laying in your fucking lap?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I'm doing, bro. So, have you listened? Either of you listened to any of the podcast?
Go ahead and lie to us.
I don't think so.
Got all right.
Fuck.
So at the of last episode, usually we try to do something like we'll set a goal for. I think like episode 2. At the end of the episode, give something to follow up with in the next one. Closed with going to ask our significant others them to pick it out. So 3, we would update and see how it went. We basically had split.
Yeah, one
Split
was
reactions.
like on board, watch some cool shit, and then the other one was like, we don't fucking do that in this house.
Yeah, that's how my house is.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, but that was not where this conversation was going. But since we're on the topic of that, you have to upload driver's license to get onto the Orange and Black app.
The Orange and Black app.
Oh
Don't you have a? Don't you? Have a,
yeah. I got some
God. Da 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 da.
for this app. Purple and black one.
Why don't we say it? Why can't you say it?
Pornhub.
No. Okay. All right. Oh.
Yeah, you have they banned it, and then you have to upload your driver's license to get into the website.
Huh. No, I don't know that.
There was a countdown every day, 2 weeks. I seen it. I seen
On-
it going
on
from
Pornhub?
15 to 1.
6 more days. No, I didn't know that.
Like this shit's capped. There's no way. And then a couple days ago, and it was by yourself. Yes, Indiana fully banned it. Like you upload your driver's license.
Wow.
What?
Okay.
I'm fairly certain. King Cheesy Dick.
Like the old days, boys. Magazine.
King Cheesy Dick. OnlyFans. Wait, is OnlyFans on that list too?
OnlyFans is open.
Because OnlyFans isn't. I mean, that's not necessarily sexual, right? OnlyFans shit. I mean, it's not.
Supposed to be.
I think
It's
you
not supposed to
can
be.
do like non.
Yeah, like you can be like,
But
let me show you how to bake
yeah,
cupcakes.
it's still open. Still
You
open.
can get on OnlyFans.
Check the other website and see what see the description that pops up whenever you try to log on to. It's for educational purposes.
Well, that's what I
You
was
can
worried
clip
about
this and
with
send
his
it to me.
fucking.
Right?
It let you on? It did let him on.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
What about your Autumn Jun put
My wife
fucking
done hacked my
childproof
phone and
shit
said,
on your
"Bitch."
phone?
Bitch, you ain't doing that shit.
This has been like a. This has been 30 days in the making. She's just been working on it. Like come July,
gotta
that
check my
motherfucker is
fucking-
not getting on Pornhub.
Check my shit. That was it.
You don't have like a fucking plan B if Pornhub goes down. So it works now.
It does.
Well, no.
I got some catching up to do, boys.
He's up.
All of a sudden, have to take a shit.
All right, so I took a screenshot of what it was. Take my phone and look at it.
Oh, it's like a big paragraph.
You
Yeah,
sure you
that's-
want to hold that phone?
My phone's clean, brother. But that's what it said.
Should I read it out loud?
Yeah, I think you can.
Dear user, as you may know, dear Steven, just kidding. dear user,
Cap.
as you may know, your elected officials in Indiana are requiring us to verify your age before allowing you to access our website. While safety and compliance are at the forefront of our mission, giving your ID card every time you want to visit an adult platform is not the most effective solution for protecting. It will put children and your privacy at risk. So it goes on just talking about age verification without proper enforcement. So basically it's saying this is what you got to do if you want to access this
Not
to
anymore.
protect kids and privacy.
What did
Anymore.
you upload your license?
Oh,
No, I mean the first time you said. How did you know it didn't work?
putting my on a website like that.
How did you know it didn't work?
Huh? Oh, I just heard that it was completely banned.
Oh.
Apparently not. Autumn's in the chat fucking laughing.
Well, see, Autumn was watching this shit, and she's like, "Oh fuck! Oh fuck!"
I gotta
He's on to me.
unblock it. Unblock it.
So am I the only one? I think us three are close to the same age. I don't remember how old you are.
29.
He's knocking on 30. What, next month?
Am
30 in
I,
August.
am I the only one who? Because I mean, we're like '90s kids.
Are you gonna tell me you're gonna talk about taking a blue pill?
I have memories of being in like 5th or 6th grade of going to a shout out to Benson Wells. Going to Benson Wells' house. We were like all young kids, and his dad had like a giant magazine collection
Yeah.
from like the 80s
Playboys.
that were just like, but I mean, it was like out of a movie scene, like out of like Stranger Things or something, where it's like just super dusty, and you crawl in this cobweb filled attic, and then you knock all the dust off, and there they are, and you're just like,
Look at that bush.
and then I remember his dad got home. We're like, "Oh no, we gotta go!" And we were like,
Fucking pages sticking
trying to,
together
like,
and
hide
shit.
some and like in our shirt, and there was this giant board to the entrance of the attic that I headbutted when I was trying to get out, and it damn near knocked me out. And I'll never forget that
Fuck.
because I had a giant goose egg, and his dad was like, "What happened to you?" We were playing.
Yeah, my dad used to had this huge collection. He had a whole room before. But whenever he passed away, my dad got all that shit. And then I was like 15 or 16. I already knew what I was finding another way. All in the garage. There were so many that you could have made a fucking throne out of. Like you literally, there was stacks on stacks on stacks where you could have literally made a fucking throne out of. I think my dad ended up selling them all, but
So they were Playboys, or are we talking like Hustlers, or
they were all Playboys. Every
all-
one of them.
all Playboys?
I got one for you.
Might have been how we got rid.
I went ahead and got on Steven for a little bit. So let's change the circle here and go to this guy.
Josh.
So, on the topic of porn, this guy basically lived with me since 7th grade. Okay,
You
so
found out how.
we would all come over to he lived with me, and we had another friend named Pat, God rest his soul. We would all hang out and play Call of Duty every day in my room on my TV. And Josh would always lay on the bed, and I had 2 chairs right by the bed because my room wasn't very big. It's probably about the size of this little room. And Josh would be talking and playing, then all of a sudden he'd get real quiet. He wouldn't talk no more. I didn't know what was going on. He'd be on his back, on his phone, facing the wall, so I couldn't see him. So then he'd be like, "Man, I got to poop. I got to go."
Oh, okay, boys.
All right, that's fine, man.
I mean, I guess.
Oh, no, I'm sharing it. I don't care. 45 minutes later, he comes back. Pouring the sweat, son. Pouring the sweat. And my grandfather kept the house real nice and cold. So I was like, "Man, what is wrong with you?" He goes, "I don't know, man. I'm just hot, man."
I was watching Cops.
Finally, finally one day we realized that he was in there just spanking a monkey for 45 minutes. All right, hang on, he got a rebuttal.
Thank you for that very detail enhanced story, Brandon. In my defense,
Let's hear it, brother.
I was late to the smartphone game, okay?
So when he got
So he discovered it. It was
he
like,
was like
holy
Quagmire
fuck.
when he figured out internet porn. He's like a fucking rip. I'm just gonna go check the mail. His arms like this.
That's how he's able to fucking strict curl like he does.
You don't understand how bad I want to tell you what I saw on his phone the first time I ever caught it, but I'm not.
All right.
Oh, I don't think I was driving a car. I mean, I was a young teenage boy.
Relate to the smartphone.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where it's like it's a drug, man. I mean, I'm not gonna deny it, but yeah, it was funny. Thanks, man. Thank you.
That was hilarious.
You gotta crank them out, man. Especially when you're young like that.
Yeah, when you're young like that, it's hard.
It's fucking peak.
I just I imagine both of those movie scenes where it's like, I know Cops doesn't start till 4. And then like there's no such thing as chicks with dicks, Tommy, only dudes with tits.
You guys know what he's talking about from fucking Ted? Where he's like, I think it's Ted 2, right?
It's Ted too.
Whenever Mila Kunis leaves Wahlberg, got all this fucking internet porn. He's been clockwise rim job, counterclockwise rim job, chicks with dicks. And Ted's like, there are no chicks with dicks, Tommy. Or chicks with dicks, Johnny. Only guys with tits. He's like, this laptop has AIDS. We have to beat it up and go throw it in the harbor. And they get like scuba suits on and they go throw it in the fucking ocean.
Dang. I don't think I've seen Ted 2.
They have a Ted TV now on Peacock. No, it might be on Netflix. I think it's on Peacock. Pretty funny.
Definitely gonna check it.
So where are our viewers there? We got like 2 people watching this?
3.
3. I'm guessing
Top right.
Autumn, Simone, and Ariel. I don't even know if Simone's watching this. Simone might not be watching this.
That wife and your
Yeah.
person or
And then
Assuming
then a friend of a wife.
my wife, his wife, and my wife's doing a yard sale right now, and I'm assuming they're watching it together. That's what I'm assuming.
Nothing.
They were. Whenever we were talking about the blocked orange and black app on my phone, they were chiming in.
Oh wait, no, it'd be those 2 and then you.
tough crowd. Fish are going at it.
Now you do any other lifts other than the curl?
For like competing?
Yeah.
No. I've never really. I mean, I'm a terrible squat and deadlifter. I've hurt my back a lot. My lower back has always been weak, but I've torn a muscle in my back at least once, and I've two Christmases ago.
I think we're good.
I was squatting and I popped something in my back and I could barely walk. And so ever since I didn't go to the doctor, I just recovered, and ever since then it's super painful. But
Gotcha.
my bench it never was phenomenal. The most I've ever benched was 365 without a spot, which I mean,
What the fuck?
as a natty, I think it's okay, but I think I would say an elite bench natty, one could probably get 405 or more.
Well, what do you weigh right now?
I'm at 400 right now.
You're at 400 right now.
Damn!
Yeah.
I was waiting on Brandon to chime in on it.
They can't hear.
Now
No, there's.
Go ahead.
do you lift too?
I left hamburger.
Hamburgers? Don't you never got him to go train with you?
Xanax.
Dang. No, but I started at like 530, and then I got down to 370, and I documented it all on TikTok, and then I gained a lot back, and then recently, over the past 6 months, lost some of it again.
Athletic fat guy, I believe.
Athletic fat guy.
Athletic.
Where's your medal at, man?
Where's your tennis medal
I
at,
can
man?
take every one of you to Austin High School and Gymnasium.
For what? For tennis? Tennis. You don't seem like a tennis player. Like, oh, gotcha.
We could talk about, after he gets done, we could talk about, like, carnivore and stuff like that.
Yeah, what's really interesting is you guys just met today.
Yeah.
And you guys were on carnivore for about the same length of time at the same time.
Yeah, okay. So this is the guy, okay. I know you told me you knew a guy who did carnivore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's him. And the guy that I was telling you that was doing carnivore was him.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, I mean, it's so hard because it's hard to find a scale to weigh me, but I lost 50 pounds in 6 months.
Yeah, you can really shed the weight doing that stuff. That's why Steven was talking to me about trying carnivore, but at the same time he's trying to lose weight. I'm like, and I don't think you understand how much fucking food you'd have to eat on carnivore.
Yeah, I thought about
I don't even
switching
know
to
if it'd be
carnivore.
possible to gain weight on carnivore. Depending on what
I thought
you
about
do.
switching to it whenever I did bulk.
Because what kind of carnivore did you do? Because I hear people talking about, oh, I did carnivore, but then they do, like, they still eat honey
Yeah, I didn't do
and,
that.
like, I don't know, there's some other shit that they eat. Cheese,
I think there's
cheese, I think. It's like animal and animal products is what they eat.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I think there's a really big difference in carnivore on what type of meat that you eat. Like, depending on what kind of, like, lean fat percentage of the meat that it is, will have a different result of the carnivore diet.
Well, still, you're not going to have, like, any carbs.
Right. But I'm talking about if someone was to just eat, like, 70-30 meat, they would have different results as someone who ate, like, 90-10 meat. You know what I'm saying? Like if
but I don't think it would be real noticeable. I don't think it'd be like drastic changes.
I think it would be
drastic differences.
Maybe not like different results, but definitely in how they felt with getting more fat. Because if you have someone that's eating more lean meat, and then you have someone that's eating more fatty meat, yes, they're both still on carnivore, but what they're digesting is different.
Right. Yeah, I think there'd be a difference, but I don't think it would be a huge difference. But I did carnivore. Well, I did keto for a long time. That's how I lost most of my weight, was through keto. I was like, I can't remember. I was either 207 or 217. I always forget, but I shed down to 160.
Oh my god.
Yeah, on doing the keto thing. And then I went from 160, I got up to like, I think 180, something like that. Just going to the gym and lifting and stuff. And now I'm trying to get to a lean. I want to be lean and be over 200 pounds.
Yeah.
That's my goal. And right now I'm over 200 pounds, but I'm not so lean anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that. Because, like, right now, I think I'm at, like, 402 or something. But when I got down, when my son was born, my son is 2. When my son was born, I was, like, 9. And my arms were getting pretty vascular at 369. And I was like, man, if I could get down to, like, 280, I'm like, I think it would be pretty impressive, like, the lean mass held as a natty, like, bodybuilder type of guy. But then shit happens and I gained a bunch of weight back. But I've often thought, you know, when I'm mentally ready to make that commitment to lose weight again, that I think lower carbohydrate diet is the best.
Yeah, like low carb, high protein.
Not trying to be the fat guy giving weight loss advice, but
you guys really shouldn't be eating all them carbs.
Yeah, you should do that as I go home and just eat cakes. But the fastest, but I can like the opposite is the most weight I've gained in a short amount of time is purely from eating processed carbohydrates, mounds and mounds of cake and ice cream.
Yeah, you can gain a lot, but I'm trying to gain weight while at the same time not making it just a whole bunch of fat, you know?
Yeah, and that was what was weird about carnivore, because I've done carnivore twice. And I also went vegan, which is when I got hurt. We can do
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it was shocking. Like I felt good, but like my joints and my bones and it just felt like they were brittle. But
Doing the vegan thing?
yeah, I didn't feel strong at all.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well, if you see those people who have done vegan like a good portion of their life, they look sickly, you know. They don't look healthy at all.
yeah. Back. I don't know if you wanted to join the conversation.
So, what other have you just tried the carnivore? Is that the only like whenever you went strict diet?
So, I don't think I've ever. So this is a sore spot for me. Back in I was 17 and I weighed 480 pounds in high school.
Holy fuck! Were you just always a big dude?
I've always been big, dude. Always. I mean, it's so easy for me to gain weight.
Really?
So easy. And I'm not saying I'm the fat guy that eats 800 calories. I mean, I eat 5,000 calories a day.
Yeah, so
But I'm saying all the fat people are like, "Oh, I only eat 1,200 calories a day." No, you don't.
yeah,
No,
don't
you
fucking
don't.
lie to
Don't
like.
fucking lie.
Well, then you go and you ask them. You're like, well, how do you track that? Well, you know, I know that I'm getting
One
this many
pizza.
calories
Yeah.
from this and this many
Yeah.
calories from that. I'm like, unless you're counting that shit, you don't actually know what you're getting.
So back in 2010, I weighed.
Son, that was awful. You weren't lying. I had to come into the kitchen to wash my hands.
You run out of air.
I was in there the whole time like this.
Yeah, sometimes when I smell after the bathroom, I'm like, something's wrong with your gut. Like there's something dead in there.
Need some fucking kombucha or something in there, brother.
Kombucha. So back in 2010, Brandon and I were still best friends, but we like literally lived together from the time we were 7th grade till we graduated high school. So I was a junior in high school when I weighed in at 480 pounds. Not athletic.
You guys still live together?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I'm married and live in Kentucky.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So I weighed 480 pounds, not athletic at all. Video game player, hung out with him all the time, ate whatever. And so our math teacher at Austin High School was a vegetarian marathon runner lady, and I basically was like, "Hey, can you help me lose weight?" Because I was going to have gastric bypass, and I had to lose weight to have gastric bypass. I had to lose 40 pounds. So, really long story short, we started working out together after school. She kind of taught me how to eat, got me on like a vegetarian diet plan, and I lost 240 pounds in a year.
God damn.
Yeah, I got down to like 260, 250. And I was actually in a CNN article, you can probably still find it online, about like losing weight, counting calories, because I would eat 1,200 to 1,500 calories a day and run all the time. But I couldn't curl 20-pound dumbbells. Like I remember that.
Right. Yeah, but you're not going for that goal. You're trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
I can understand putting up a lot of weight when you're trying to bulk. Like right now I'm in a bulk.
Yeah.
I should be able to lift more weight than usual, you know.
Yeah.
I should be able to put it up. But whenever I go into a cut, if I can't put up the weight, I don't give a shit. Because but my goals are, you know, I just want to look good naked. I'm not really worried about picking up heavy shit.
Yeah. And I thought about that, and like I really,
The fucking look that Brandon gave me was like.
and that's kind of what I mentioned earlier, was that mindset of me being like, you're a piece of shit because you can't lift heavier. That hurts me in the kitchen, because there are times where I'm like, shouldn't eat this, but like I really want to get stronger, and it's like,
Yeah, well, that shit's like an addiction, man.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Food is an addiction, but it's not like you said you drank a lot, right?
oh yeah,
Okay, would you say that you were kind of addicted?
oh dude, yeah, we can talk about that, but yeah,
Okay, like so that's something that, hey man, you're addicted to alcohol, you need to quit drinking, and you can just quit drinking and not have anything to drink, no alcohol.
Yeah.
And you can quit that bad habit. But with food, like you still have to eat food.
yeah,
So it's like asking an alcoholic to just drink a beer every once in a while. You know, you still got to drink a beer, but you can't go overboard with it. That's a difficult thing to do.
I mean, yeah, right now I'll still binge eat on chicken and broccoli. Like, I mean, I'll still overeat. I'm not saying that's all I eat. I'm saying I can. Like, if I'm still like emotionally eating and like using it in a substitute as like a drug is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, well, I guess it's better than like binge eating chips.
I still do that.
Oh well, he's like, I do that too.
I'm saying like, but like when I'm like, all right, I'm gonna eat completely clean, I'll still overindulge and like emotionally. But anyway, so I lost all that weight and I kept it off for like 5 years. So when I went to this kind of segues into the alcoholism. So I got down to like 260 or whatever, and I could run 5 miles without stopping. I was a very slender 260, 270 with my frame. Not strong, but I was in great cardio shape. I'm sure you remember times. I did a lot of farm work. I worked road construction. So I went to college and I kept the weight off. And then my junior year of college, I just started drinking like a madman. Is when you first turn 21 and it's like there's all kinds of bars, and I just started drinking and drinking and drinking. And I didn't know it at the time, but I realized that I'm like addicted to like adventure, adrenaline rush. And it just seemed like drinking just made everything like a fucking adventure. And before you know it, it would be a Tuesday morning at freaking 10 o'clock. And I'm like, fuck class, I'm going to drink a half a fifth of vodka. And then I would just get plastered playing games, and then before you know it, I'm drinking before class, and I'm drinking during class, and I'm drinking after class, and it's like, it got to when I got out of college, I couldn't find a job. I'd gained some weight, got up to like 330, 340, and we all played games at the time. That's kind of how we met.
Yeah.
And you guys remember, and it's like, it doesn't hurt my feelings if you guys want to chime in. I couldn't do anything if I wasn't plastered, and I'm talking like a fifth of hard liquor a day. And it was just, it completely destroyed my life. I feel like the vibe just went.
No, it did.
No, we were just taking it all in.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I was just gonna say, I think a lot of that had to do with like, yeah.
Oh, were you with a woman at the time?
I was. I was with a person, or with a woman for, I think, 6 years. She and I met right before I started drinking.
Ooh.
I will not blame her 100% for it, but I will say she played a
I
role
will.
in.
I blame her.
He's like, I fucking blame
Fuck you.
No, I'm just kidding.
100% your fault. I don't know you,
Be
but
like, you piece of shit.
He can say
I remember them times. It seemed like that's why I was sitting here. It seemed like a contributing factor at the time.
a woman can make or break you, man, for sure, 100%.
And I'm a Christian. I'm not a perfect Christian by any means. All glory to God for everything I've accomplished. But I believe in, like, when you find someone, it's like, all right, we're committed. Like, I will die before we.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I really believe that with this person. And I will wholeheartedly say I could not stand her for the time we were together. But I'm a turd that won't flush. I'm the guy that's like, all right, we're in this.
I think that can destroy a person too. Like that kind of mindset, looking at it like that, because I see things all the time on Facebook where they're like, you know, if you want a relationship, you know, you got to work at it and you got to put in the effort, and you know,
you also need to know when to quit too.
Well, that's not, I don't feel like relationships should be hard work. They should be easy. You shouldn't fucking wake up and have to work to want to just deal with somebody.
It should come natural.
Yeah, it should just be like you're just cool with one another. It'd be like, you know, if you two moved in together, you'd probably be all right. You'd be fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Worse. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
But I mean, it should be like that. It should be like your best friend, and that's what like Simone and I have. I mean, I have no problems with her. She supports me in everything that I do, and I don't have to work at the relationship. You know,
that's awesome.
Like it feels good.
Yeah.
There's times whenever people go through, it won't be a 50. It'll be like an 80-20 where this person is having a rough.
Yeah, it's not always going to be easy. I mean, just like with friendships, I mean, you always have those bumps in the road, but it's not always going to be easy. But the majority of the time, it should be easy. Yeah.
So I was drinking, I would say, go ahead.
Go ahead with what you. I was gonna segue into the Diet Mountain Dew and combos.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay. All right, yeah.
So I was drinking on average. My drinking got way worse after what I'm about to talk about. But as far as like functioning, if you would say I'm functioning, I kind of harnessed it into like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was blackout drunk. No matter what I was doing, I was hammered. And I don't remember a lot of those years of my life. But so anyway, I ended up getting a DUI. 2016.
Damn.
So before we go into this doesn't reflect any of the employers. They do background checks on me. I'm not this person anymore. My last DUI was 6 years ago.
This man is a changed man.
I'm a changed man. All three viewers out there, please don't.
All three of you.
So I got a DUI in 2016 because I wrecked my car and they found a bottle of liquor in my car, and it was after I argued with my ex early in the morning after a night of drinking, and I just took a booze cruise and ended up running off the road. So it was nothing. It was like a slap on the wrist, like 5 hours in the drunk tank, and they were like, the guy that was checking me in and out was like, oh, drunk son of a bitch. And
fucking dickheads.
I paid like $2,000 for a lawyer to get it knocked down to like reckless driving or something, which segues into combos and Mountain Dew. I was supposed to get it knocked down to reckless driving after I did my probation for a year. So that was it, right? So I go back, I'm living with my ex, and my drinking continues. Still Friday, Saturday, Sunday, drinking like a madman.
The one that you argued with and got the DUI?
Yeah,
okay.
Still with her. So we worked at the same place. A lot of work drama with her, us working in the same place. I ended up leaving the place that I was working. I don't want to go into details about what happened there, but I ended up leaving the place I was working at on bad terms. So shortly after that, I got a job at the pharmaceutical place in Seymour as an operator, and I was a manager before that, and so I got really depressed because I'm like, I went from like having a desk and telling people what to do to sweeping floors, 12-hour night shifts.
And being told what to do.
Yeah, and so my drinking got crazy. And plus I was working that rotating shift where you get like 5 days, where you work 2 days a week.
That's what he does now.
5 days a week.
He's on day shift, but that's what he does.
Yeah, and I was working nights, so no one was home when no one was awake when I was up. So the week that I had 3 or 4 days off, dude, I was just partying by myself, just going crazy. So 2018, I had a DUI in 2016. 2018, I was drinking. I think I was talking to him or one of you two I was playing Xbox with, and I ran out of chew. And there's a gas station like a mile away from the house I was living. And I was like, I'm not that. Go ahead.
Pause. So, we were playing games. We were playing Fortnite.
It was you?
It was us three, I'm fairly certain. We were all playing together, and he was like, I'll leave. I'll be right back. He said
he knew I was drunk.
Yeah, and he's like, all right, whatever. And 3 days go by.
Yeah.
And we texted this girlfriend at the time, was like, where's Josh at? Texted him, nothing. Haven't heard from it, because we would play video games all the time.
Yeah.
And it was just like 3 or 4 days of hearing nothing. And we thought he fucking died.
Oh, shit.
I was in jail.
All right. Yeah, play.
Yeah.
I just had to provide that context.
And my alcoholism was so bad that I hate the taste of alcohol. And I wouldn't just drink. I would chug. I would pour. I had a measuring cup so I could time like when I wanted to pass out. So I'd be like, all right, I'm going to pour 3 ounces of vodka now, 4 ounces now. And I knew by the time I hit 12 to 16, I'm done. So I poured a bunch and slammed it. And before it kicked in, I was like, I need to hurry up and go to the gas station, get some snacks, get some chew. And it hit me. I'm stupid. I know. Everything I'm saying is stupid.
No, it's okay. Yeah, we all did stupid shit when we were.
So I drive to the gas station, can see my house from the gas station. Get a bunch of combos. That was my drunken snack.
Combos and Mountain Dew, huh?
Combos and Mountain Dew, man. I get to my car and I'm like, this is hitting me hard. It was cold outside, so I turn the heat on, I start the car. It's cramming combos in my face, chugging Mountain Dew, trying to sober up to drive the mile home. And I pass out kinda. So I'm laying there and I hear a knock on the window and I look over and it's a cop. And he's like, are you having like a stroke? It's funny now, but at the time I'm like, ah. And in the police report it says walked up on a guy who is covered in like pretzels and chips. It's like suspect was covered in cheese.
Walked up on him while he was eating.
Yeah. And as soon as I talked, I could tell that my speech was slurred, and he just looks at me and I was like, dude, I'm drunk. So he gives me a breathalyzer, and it's crazy. It's like a point. I'm like gone. All right, man, put your hands behind your back. I start crying. So I go to jail. Right, I'm in the drunk tank, and I'm like, this is nothing. It's just like last time, right? I'll spend a night in jail and get out, whatever. My life sucks. Woe is me. So a day goes by, and they never come and get me out of the drunk tank, and I'm like, so hello? Jailer pokes his head in and goes, yeah, you've been charged with a felony because 2 DUIs in 5 years is a felony in Indiana.
Oh,
Slams the door back and it's
fuck.
like, and I'm just like,
damn, bro.
I don't belong here. Let me out. What do you mean?
I'm not a bad man.
Yeah, so I spent 5 days in jail for that one, and that was a huge reality check because there's a lot of meth heads that go in and out of drunk tanks in 5 days in Indiana.
Hey, big man.
And they were all like, and I was a big guy then. I mean, I didn't lift, but I was like 320, 330, and they were like, yeah, you're soft. You don't belong here. You get out and not come back. And I'm like,
yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's kind of a long story. So I fought that in court for over a year and finally got it knocked down to a misdemeanor because the first DUI, they were supposed to drop down to a reckless driving. So because of that, I didn't get a felony, and now I can work in like pharmaceutical stuff.
Got lucky there, huh?
I got very lucky because you can't have a felony and work like at certain places. I don't have a felony on my record, but I do have 2 DUIs. But the crazy part is I still drank for a year after I got my second DUI.
Yeah, it still takes some time to sink in. Yeah, that all kind of reminds me of like, whenever I looked at you talking about him trying to get to the gas station, you know, before it all hit you.
Crash.
I ended up, well, we can talk about that too, but no, I took, like, I don't do it very often, but we'll take some edibles every once in a while.
Yeah.
And I know that if I take a gummy and I sit on a couch and I'm watching TV, like it takes like an hour or so before it finally hits me. And then I get all my stuff done, everything I need to do. I'm basically ready for bed. And then I'll take one and then I like sit there and just kind of zone out for a little while. And then I go to bed.
Yeah.
Well, took one. I don't know. It's been a long time ago. But I took one, and after I took it, I was like, shit, I don't have any snacks. Yeah. I need something to eat, you know, something to drink. I'm
gummy
like,
worms.
Well, you know, it'd take me about an hour. You know, I can just go over to Walmart real quick, which is just a few miles from the house. I'll get some cookies or something, and then I'll come back and I'll be good. Well, I realized that if you're sitting on the couch, just kind of chilling and hanging out, it takes about an hour. But if you're up and about doing shit, it takes you about the time it takes to get from my house to the cookie aisle for it to hit you.
Yeah, exactly.
Then I was completely fucked. I'm like, I need to get out of here. Like I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, and it's so I ended up getting my second DUI. By the freaking miracle from God, my boss at the time. No, nothing against him if he ever hears this. He was a raging alcoholic, but he was functioning. Thought it was funny, so he didn't fire me. He put PTO in for me while I was in jail.
What a nice guy.
I came
Shout
back,
out to that
I came
guy.
back and he's like, "What's up, yo, drunk bastard?" And I was like, you know, just upset. And he's like, "You're fine. Don't worry about it." Yeah, which actually led into like a really successful career in pharmaceuticals. But so my girlfriend at the time and I ended up splitting. I don't know how long. Do you guys remember? It was like 2 months afterwards. So I didn't drive for 2 years after that. So I lost my license until I was convicted, and then once I was convicted, they were like, "Well, since it's not a felony, you lose your license for another year." So I didn't drive for 2 years. So they were like, "We'll drop it down to a misdemeanor, but we're gonna hammer you." And so I lost my license for 2 years, and she was taking me back and forth everywhere. So she was like, "I'm done," and that floored me, man, because I'm like, I'm at the lowest point of my life, and you're just abandoning me. So I went and rented a trailer here in Seymour, Kimberly Avenue. I don't know if you know where that's at. By the
sounds familiar. Oh, okay, yeah.
And I had to walk to Lynette where I worked. So I had to walk back and forth to work. I bummed rides, but most of the time I walked back and forth to work. over a year. And during that time, even though I was walking, I gained 150 pounds. I mean, it's kind of like with old people when they say like, oh, when their spouse dies and they get depressed, they're just gonna die. It was like with me. Life defeated me, so I was like, I give up. And I just kept drinking and getting fatter and fatter and fatter. And that was when I started Through Hell and Back, because I was like gonna die. I was like, I can feel myself dying.
What did that? What was the turning?
So I actually remember the night. So I ended up, so I was working the rotating schedule, and my drinking, I knew I was getting heavier because I kept having to wear bigger scrubs at work. Like I wore like a 4X and then a 5X and then a 7X. And I got on a scale that maxed out at like 500, and it was just error. And I was like, what has happened? Like, how is it possible to gain over 150 pounds in a year? Crazy. And my drinking was getting crazy. I could drink a fifth and still talk to people. And I remember I drank like a half a gallon of some crazy liquor one night, and I woke up like 18 hours later, and I couldn't move. I was in the floor. I fell through the shower. Kinds of scars on my arm. Fell through the shower.
Like a glass door?
Yeah. Blood everywhere. I'm laying here. My leg is like in the floor of the trailer. And I'm like, I could be dead right now and no one would know. And I remember being like, I'd rather be dead than live. And so I was like, I don't care what it takes. I'm going to get sober. And I went to work the next day, pouring the sweat. You know, had a huge gash on my arm that needed stitches, didn't get stitches. And this guy that I knew that worked there, his name was Josh. Couldn't stand him. He, for some reason, comes over to me and he's like, hey, you ever been to AA? And I was like, what the fuck? Who are you? Like, what do you mean? He's like, I can tell. He's like, no questions asked. I'm just, like, you don't have to tell me anything. If you'd like to go, I'll come get you. I said, yeah. So we went. I was drunk when we went. And I'm about to cry just thinking about it. Like, he did not judge me.
Shout out to Josh.
Yeah. And it changed my life, man. I've been sober ever since. It was my dad's birthday.
Wow.
But it was because I almost died and some stranger that I didn't like offered to take me to AA.
What a nice guy.
I remember that transition.
Anyway.
No. I remember that transition because we still played games even when you were going through like that heavier stage after your DUI and you guys up. And I remember because I was still drinking. I didn't drink heavy, but I would drink White Claws and shit when we played games. And I remember that transition because I would be like, time to crack open another claw, boys. And you'd be like, nah, can't do it, bub.
It was
like,
so hard, man.
Like, I just remember it was literally like one day. Like, one day it was like,
I flipped it. Yeah.
I got that Tito's, man. And then the next day it was like,
Cousin Tito just hit the party.
You know, the next day it was like, good, man. I can't.
Because I thought I was good at hiding it, but then when I stepped on the scale and figured out how big I was like, people know. Yeah, people know something's going on with this guy.
Whenever you stepped on a scale and you were over 500 pounds?
Yeah, I was like, oh,
you're like,
fuck.
People,
like, it just hit me.
People probably see me.
Yeah. But I was like, man, like, I'm going to die and nobody will know or care. And I was like, I have to start caring about myself.
Is it bad that, like, I was thinking, you were talking about, like, falling through the shower.
Yeah.
You put your foot through the floor. I'm assuming you're probably naked. Like, right?
Yeah,
you're naked, laying on the floor, all fucked up.
That's
Could you imagine this?
Puking blood, yeah.
Guys come in to get you because you did die. You're dead. Motherfucker walks in there and he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta pick up this 500-pound naked dude who's fucking stuck in the floor with all this glass around. Like, really, man? You couldn't have done this shit on the couch.
Yeah, that's actually hilarious. Yeah.
Now there's two of us having a bad day.
There was a maintenance guy that worked there that he was so fucking lazy, dude. But yeah, that's funny. Yeah, he'd be like, God.
Like, yeah, you might have turned that man's life around. He's like, yeah, this job just ain't for me, man. This is, I'm done. I'm out of here. Like a fucking blackjack dealer. Like,
yeah. But yeah, I was like, I don't care how big I am. I just gotta get sober. And so I was sober for 3 months. Met my wife, who's my wife now. She was my girlfriend. I met her. she came and visited me, and I was like, listen. And I remember telling her, and I was crying when I told her, I was like, I am freshly sober. If you interfere with that, you got it. But I was just so on fire for being sober, man.
Best way to
like,
be.
I don't care what happens. Nothing will take this from me. Yep. Because I don't have anything else. I don't have anything. And I still feel about that. If anything jeopardizes my sobriety, job, anything, I'm like.
Are you still 100% sober?
Oh, yeah.
Straight?
I've been chewing nicotine pouches lately.
Oh, you hopped on the Zen wagon?
I hopped on the Zen
My
wagon.
fucking boy, dog!
For this guy. No, just kidding. But yeah, I don't drink, I don't smoke weed or CBD.
Nice. I hopped on the Zen.
It's great.
It is.
What is that? Like tobacco pouches or whatever?
It's just nicotine pouch.
Nicotine pouches.
Tobacco. That's not Zen. That's Rogue.
Rogue Citrus. 6 nicotine pouches. This is $4 fucking dollars? Oh, 6 milligram. Okay. It was 20. Oh, yeah, 20 of them.
They're just nicotine pouches?
$4.
It's like Zen?
What is that? What's that come out to? It's math. Math is hard.
I thought you
How
said
long do they
meth at
last?
first. I'm not gonna lie.
1 pouch? One of these
Talking
pouches.
about that, or are we good?
Not the can. 1 pouch. Okay. So you eat a can of these a day? Every 3 or 4
You
days.
said 2 days, man. Go rip the vape more. Enchiladas. Better Zenny Alfredo.
I don't get the nicotine thing. I've never really been.
You want one?
No, fuck no. No.
It's a different kind
I've
of.
actually,
some Zen in
I
the car.
think I've stopped drinking. I think I've stopped doing anything that alters my mind. I think. Like, I haven't done it in a while. I've not
Yeah,
been
but
like,
I
I'm
would-
not doing this shit.
I would argue that nicotine is far different as far as altering. Alcohol is definitely more of a celebration thing, but nicotine is more of a work thing.
So why do you do it?
Like a nootropic.
So it alters your mind.
Yeah, but it's not like not causing any cognitive. It's making you more on pace.
But it's still fucking with your body.
I do it because I'm addicted to nicotine.
There's the truth. Truth.
Man, I'm trying to have like a
shall
solid
set
argument.
you free. No, that's the thing. Like, that's
Yeah,
my
but-
favorite thing about people. Like, whenever they smoke cigarettes, they're like, "Listen, man, I know this shit's bad for me. I just do it because I like to do it." Or somebody who's bigger who likes to eat, they're just like, "Man, I just like food. I know it's not fucking good that I eat this much, but I do it anyway."
6th grade.
Steroids thing, you know? Somebody who hops on roids and they're like, "Man, I just like the way it's gonna make me look. I know it's not fucking good for me."
Was it 6th grade we started chewing? So from 6th grade until I'm 33. So from the time I was in 6th grade, so let's just say I was, 11, 12? Something like that. Until I was 31, chewed Grizzly Wintergreen Long Cut. Then I switched from that, so I quit completely and just vaped. And I didn't like that, so I switched back to this. Still vape, just
Yeah, I just don't understand the what it
He was trying to grab the mic.
what it does for you, I guess, is what I don't understand. Like, you said that it makes you sharper?
Yeah,
Does it really?
Andrew Huberman did like a really good explanation. Like a really good serotonin tropic for your.
Is it actually? But does it actually affect your brain, or is it like
It
you got that?
absolutely does.
absolutely.
That's why you get
1000%.
affected. That's why you get addicted.
Or
Or your personality, or the part of your brain that controls your personality.
is it like a placebo effect?
Definitely not a placebo.
No, I promise you. Listen to me. I promise. Started off as I wanted to be cool, and I chewed tobacco, and it turned into if I didn't have this, I would hurt somebody, and now it's turned into I am a supervisor of a factory, And if I do not have this, I will go off on somebody and lose my job. What it's turned into.
Yeah, but
I am not. I can promise you, and I'm pretty sure that my entire family, along with my girlfriend, will tell you this. I am not the same person. If I take this out and just stop and don't do anything for a couple hours, I will not be the same calm, chill person that I am right now. I will be fidgeting. I will be angry. I will be moody. It's
yeah,
I'm not the
but a
same
meth
person.
addict could use the same
Yeah,
argument.
but you can't say that meth is a placebo that's doing anything.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I mean, I don't know that we can compare meth and tobacco.
You can. Yeah, you absolutely can.
You should have been here when we were talking about the Jeffries.
The Jeffries? Yeah.
Talking about doing cocktails.
Eventually.
I'm just saying that I feel like, yes, nicotine is a drug because you can become addicted to it. So is food. So is almost anything. No offense, John.
What the fuck?
I'm just saying.
No offense, I'm talking about you, big
I'm
bird.
just-
Fuck you guys, I'm out.
You gotta take me home, man. Hang on.
Not now.
I'm saying that I think there should be levels. I think that nicotine is more toward the bottom of the spectrum versus heroin, cocaine, meth, fentanyl. Weed's down here too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say weed, nicotine.
Yes, they're right above each
Pounding
other.
your
but I mean,
pud.
you got people out here that snorting 8 balls every 5 seconds.
Fuck yeah, it is.
But you also have people out there that do meth recreationally and they're not like a menace to society. You would agree, right? I mean, there are people out there who
I
handle their
1000%
shit.
agree.
I mean, and then there's people out there who, I mean, it's just like, well, with alcohol, you have people out there who can drink, and then you have people out there who overdo it. I'm sure that there's somebody out there. It's probably
Riding that fine line
Yeah,
of
it's
being able
probably-
to do meth. Maintain.
because I mean, well, look at people who smoke cigarettes and they smoke like 2 packs a day. They live in a shithole. They drive a fucking shit car, and they're like, well, I gotta have my cigarettes because it'll affect me if I don't. And then they let that shit. I mean, that's just as bad as the guy doing meth fucking letting that shit. I'm just kind of playing like devil's advocate here.
No, and I get what you're saying, but in that same breath, like, it would never get to the point to me to where I would lose my house, my family, my car, anything for this. You understand what I'm saying? But I feel like a meth addict would do that.
Not all of them.
Everyone from my hometown.
Well, you said Austin, right? Well, yeah, that's a special gym down there.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I know. That's what he knows. Well, what he used to know.
Did you guys graduate from Austin?
Yes, 2011.
I graduated from Colorsville
Really?
in 2008. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that's what I base biased off of. Is
Because that's what you've been
what
around.
I see and what I know.
Right.
And I know that everybody in Austin that's on drugs, 1,000% firstborn.
Right.
But I'm not. That's just my. But I understand where you're coming from, and I agree with you. Saying from my point of view, it's a level thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if you look at like percentages of people, there are probably a lot more. Well, yeah. I mean, you probably have a higher percentage of doing shit like that, taking meth, than what you do nicotine. But I don't think that. I think the nicotine thing is such a widespread thing that we don't look at it like that. We're like, yeah, you're addicted to it, but you don't really look at those people who are driving the shit car and living in a shithole, and you don't really think about it as like the nicotine having that effect. But really, I mean, how much do you spend on that shit? I mean, those aren't very expensive, I don't think, but there are people out there that smoke like 2 packs of cigarettes, probably even 3 packs of cigarettes a day on some of them guys who are way out there.
He can vouch for this a little bit. As my grandparents smoked longest time, and they smoked. He worked at Cummins. He had a really good job, made a lot of money, but he spent a lot of money on cigarettes. He was a 2.5 to 3 packer a day.
That is insane. Granted, it was a little bit cheaper back then,
Yes, no,
but
it
it was
was.
probably in line with what they made.
But he would wake up, first thing he had to do before he did anything else. 2 or 3 hours.
Like a coffee, cigarette and a coffee kind of thing?
Cigarette before the coffee, then get a coffee, then have a cigarette coffee.
Huh.
Then he would go to work. He'd smoke on his lunch breaks or whatever, then he'd come home and then it would. But I never got the whole.
Yeah, that shit. I mean, what's a pack of cigarettes cost nowadays?
Like $8.
Holy shit!
I tried smoking cigarettes when I was like 16. I bought a pack of Newport menthols. Like, yeah.
I'll try to keep Steven out of there.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be cool, man. Be really cool and smoke cigarettes. I smoked like half of the first one. It was like, shit. And they sat in my closet. I was like 16. They sat in my closet for months. Like 4 months. And I ended up giving them to my buddy Brian. He smoked them. He smoked cigarettes at the time. He was like, man, these things are fucking stale. I was like, them cigarettes went bad before they got smoked. I was like, yeah, it's not my cup of tea, brother.
It is weird, like, especially me, because, like, I never finished the 12 steps in AA or anything. I got sober. AA helped, but I was just, like, focused on being sober.
You sober up on step 4 or something?
Yeah. Basically, yeah. But some of my early TikToks, I talk about, there's phases where I really took a shit ton of pre-workout. And people are like, are you natty? And I'm like, well, kinda. Like, kinda not because of pre-workout. Because I was looking at everything that altered me as, like, a drug. I'm not saying that I feel that way now.
Yeah.
Because obviously steroids. But, like, and I think this is common with a lot of people who quit drinking. I'm so freaking addicted to coffee. I drink so much coffee, and when I try to stop, dude, it's like, it's got a hold of me bad. It's accepted by society so much more, and it's not near as bad as, like, drinking or smoking, but it's crazy.
I think that's the thing. If it's accepted by the masses,
Yeah.
then it's not as bad, like the food thing. I mean, how many times do you hear people saying, like, big is beautiful and beauty's on the inside and all that?
That's bullshit.
Like, beauty is on the outside. The outside is what matters.
Do you guys know who Tim Dillon is?
Yeah.
No.
Dude,
He's a comedian.
So funny. He's an openly gay but hardcore conservative podcaster / comedian. And so, like, he's gay, but he, like, ridicules, like, a lot of the LGBT stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's like, aren't we going a little overboard here? Like, blah, blah, blah. But he talks about the body positivity movement. And he's like, fat people used to be a jolly people. Like, they would be jolly when you were around them because they would be eating their feelings and hate themselves at night. And now they're, like, self-absorbed. You have to accept us for who we are. And he's like, what happened? This is fat too. And I'm like, yeah, I agree with Tim Dillon. Like, what happened to being, like, the nice fat guy versus, like, you have to accept me for who I am?
Need that Santa Claus energy, brother.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just.
I don't know what happened to that. I mean, I think it was COVID. COVID did it.
COVID. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say, a lot of my TikToks, a lot of the hate comments I get, people are like, "You're promoting obesity."
Dude, some of
promoting obesity.
Some of the fucking. I wish we had.
I want to see some of his TikToks. I've not seen any of them except for those 2 you just showed.
Well,
Let's see.
Dude, him with the wig is fucking hilarious.
I want to watch one.
But we need audio. You need to pull it up on your phone.
On my phone?
Yeah, you can pull it up because we don't have audio through this.
Why do we not have audio?
You're not. I mean, you can put the headset on and listen to it.
But other people can see it, right?
Yeah, yeah, we can.
You don't
make
have captions on your shit. He had captions on his shit. I can read, man.
All right, let's see.
It's strong, man.
What's that avocado thing there? That looks funny.
It's not funny.
All right, while you're finding that, let me take a picture. All right, we're on.
Yeah,
There's thousands of wig ones.
Everyone's funny though.
I say that was not funny. I'll tell you what. So keep scrolling. Scroll. It's usually when I'm in before I moved to Kentucky. Yeah, that one. I mean, the one
Healthier does
Healthier
not
does
count
not
as
count.
weight loss.
Counting calories does. I will tell you this though, which is like a really weird thing as a TikToker. Because I was talking to see, I'm laughing. I was talking to a lady at work who said she TikToks, and it's weird because like I'm not trying to be conceited or anything, but I would say I'm an artist, right? Like an artist who produces content.
Yeah, you definitely got your craft down.
As a content creator, how about that? As a content creator,
This man's got 1.4 million likes. You give him the fucking credit.
70 calories. So as a content creator, you will find things that you think is funny
Yeah.
versus what your audience thinks funny. So there's so much stuff that I put on there that I think is hilarious. And
But it just does crash. Does
Yeah,
not well.
70
I love it, dude. I fucking love the comedy skits.
I feel a sense of guilt though because I haven't put near as much. I haven't put any energy into it for a long time.
And what's great about your content is there's an unlimited supply of it. Because all you have to do is post one video of you lifting weights, and then you'll have fucking.
What's that?
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Count
fuck.
calories, man. You're healthy if you count calories.
Oh, you should be able to hear it in there. It'll be delayed as fuck though. Did I pass it?
The one of me spitting water, I think, is funny too.
Which one?
Yeah.
Is it this one? The hyper?
No. There's one where that I like that people backhand compliment me. I'll just show you.
Weight loss. Counting calories does. 70 calories. I'm healthier now. Yeah. Healthier does not count as
Oh, what
weight
the fuck?
loss.
We've got no audio for.
Counting calories does.
But there was one where this guy kept backhand complimenting me,
70 calories.
and so I made one that's like,
I'm healthier now.
that's
Yeah.
not too bad for a fat guy. And then I just kept doing like different compliments for a fat
That's
guy.
what I'm saying is you have an endless supply of content. Like all you have to do is post one video of you lifting weights and you've got 8 people talking shit and you're like, well, I'm set for the fucking month.
Right?
That's what I was joking about Tim Dillon is like somewhere along the way.
Oh shit.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Fucking pullout game stronger than you think, you know what I mean?
It's like
Yeah, your fucking ears probably just got fucking murdered.
I never said being fat was okay. I just posted videos of me working out and people are like, look at this guy telling people fat's okay. And I'm like, I never said that.
Like we'll never post another video again until I'm not fat anymore.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just posting of me doing stuff I like to do. But like Steven was saying, they just kept hating and hating.
That's whenever you start with the big is beautiful.
Throw that on. Let me know if you can hear it. Fuck, why we got no audio?
I'm at trap. Looking for my chapstick. I wrote that song.
No, the only reason you got muscle
This 6 milligrams is pretty strong.
because you're fat. Really? No.
That says you can look it up anywhere.
No,
Your body does
the
play a
only
significant-
reason you got muscle.
Especially
It's
someone
'cause
like
you're fat.
this.
Really? I thought it was because
Someone
I've been
like
lifting
you,
weights
you
for
piece
like
of
4
shit.
years. No. Google it, bro. Oh, I guess I should Google it. No, the only reason you got muscle is because you're fat. Really? I thought it was because I've been lifting weights for like 4 years.
What did it say?
No,
What's that?
No.
What's that message
Google
say?
it, bro.
Why
Oh,
fucking had
guess
those
I'll
on?
Google it.
Up anyway.
No, the only reason you got muscle.
It's like a golden era though, where I was pumping out a lot of comedy skits. I think funny. Dude, that's all I
How
did.
often were you posting videos?
At least once a day, but on weekends I'd post 4 a day. And it was
That gets
literally
you your followers, don't it?
yeah, 20 hours a week minimum to edit. So when I had a kid, it was just like
You should really get back to that, man. I mean, you got all them followers, you got tons of likes. Really need to keep that going, keep that train rolling. When did you start it?
2018, 2019.
2020 at the beginning of 2020, I think.
When
Oh,
did,
that was the perfect year to do it.
when did you see?
Spike. I had 1,000 followers after like 6 months. And then I remember I started gaining 1,000 a week until I got to 10,000. So it was like 7 or 8 months. I hit 10,000, and 10,000 is when you can make money because I've made some money off of it.
Oh, cool.
I've definitely put more.
Right.
I made like $500 or something. But
Still $500 you didn't have without doing it.
yeah, that's true.
I'm not saying I'm gay, but I'm saying $20 is $20. You know what I'm saying?
It took me. I mean, there's a lot of people who grow like crazy big overnight. I wasn't one of them. I hit 10,000 in 8 months, and then it took me like probably another 7 or 8 months to get to 40,000. But it was because a couple of my videos, I don't have them pinned, but there's a couple videos that got 1 million that just really shot me up a little bit.
What's your number one video, the most views? You know?
1.8 mil.
Oh yeah, you can see them. I got 2. Yeah.
What's the highest one?
1.8 mil, 1.4 mil, and then
Let's
500.
watch some of those. I think those are some of the funniest
Let's
ones.
see the 1.8 mil.
Screen share.
Pro tip. If you're a fat
Pro
guy,
tip if you're a fat
buy
guy.
yourself
Buying yourself a weightlifting belt
and a
and a gallon of water.
Now you're a power lifter.
Now you're a power lifter.
So stupid.
Pro tip.
What the fuck?
It's the stupidest stuff, man. That gets the most views.
Buy yourself
Isn't that crazy? I think
a weightlifting belt.
who's that dude who's like
gallon
biggest
of
dude on
water.
YouTube?
Now you're
Ryan
a power
Shaw?
lifter.
Or you talking like biggest dude? Mr. Beast. That's who you're.
Yeah.
You said biggest dude. I was
tip.
thinking physically biggest
If
dude.
you're a fat guy, buy
Any
yourself
fucking way. Yeah, I think I remember
a
him saying
weightlifting
something
belt
about like
and a
he would
gallon
just
of
do
water.
shit that people hadn't done.
Now you're a
And
power
like one of his biggest videos to get him started was he just like counted to like 1 million or something.
Pro
It was just
tip.
him counting. 1, 2,
If you're a
3,
fat
4,
guy,
all the way to 1 million.
Buy
And
yourself
people were like, "Oh, that's
a
cool! I just watched a
weightlifting
guy
belt
count to 1 million, and he got like a
and
shit ton of
gallon
views."
water.
But
No
yeah, this
idea
one's
what
stupid.
I'm doing.
Because that was literally the first time I've ever used a speed bag. I've never done it, and people got it freaking. I don't know, it blew up.
No idea what I'm doing.
That?
Yeah.
That's 1.4 million?
76,000 likes, 315 comments,
No
and
idea what I'm
734
doing.
bookmarks.
Oh my god.
But the one after that, the third one, the third highest view.
Huh?
This one is like.
By that logic, I'm still double your
You're like at
lean
least
mass.
35% body
Stay in
fat.
school, less time trolling
This
on
is where I
TikTok.
started making a lot of my comedy gold, is because people are so damn. I'll wait.
Whenever the fucking whiteboard gets.
Lean
Still double
muscle.
your
So
lean mass.
that means
Stay in
I'm still
school.
double your body weight mass, and they fucking flipped out on me. But so
44,000, almost 45,000 fucking likes on this.
when I broke the state record for Indiana, I had a guy come up to me, and he was one of the co-owners of the federation. But he's like a wealthy businessman. He's like, I love TikTok, and I was like, really? Like,
By
I
that
have
logic,
20,000 followers,
I'm
bro.
still
Which
double
I
your
still
lean
think
mass.
that's
Stay in school.
Well, no, once you get there, yeah, it doesn't seem that crazy. But when you first started, I mean, you got
Yeah.
to 10,000. I bet you were like, holy fucking shit.
But he was like, don't take this the wrong way, but you look like just a big meathead construction worker. And when you throw like math and shit in there that makes them people look really stupid, it's so funny. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just do more of it. And so I just started.
Dude, anytime I see the whiteboard get pulled out, I'm like, fucking good one. We got another one.
But and so I'm sorry, I forgot to even bring up Brandon. I've never told him this, and I've never told you this, but I'll tell you this, guys. Now, you guys really played a big role in me being successful in this, because
It's the fucking roasting and
Yeah, like
shit talking.
Checks
out.
We roasted each other the entire time we've known each other. So some of this shit that people are like, "Why are they so mean?" I'm like, "This is nothing."
Like you should hear my friends.
They will find the biggest insecurity about you and like just hammer it. And so I'm like,
And then once they see it's fucking like it's kind of got you a little bit, like gets you irked a little bit, they're like, "Oh well, we're digging in there. Let's see how deep we can
when
go."
someone's like, "Look how obese he is," I'm like, "Dude, that's not even funny."
like we're just gonna push buttons till that one does something.
So, but a lot of people are like, "Dude, don't feed into it," and I'm like, "Dude, what you don't understand? This does not bother me. This is hilarious. Like, it's not. I don't know.
But
Yeah, you guys can be cruel. I'm saying that their comments are.
My friends can be assholes, but
Yeah.
these guys,
you guys ain't shit. You should hear what my friends tell me.
Right? Yeah.
My friends will text me and tell me, "I hope you're having a bad day. I hope whatever you're going through sucks."
Yeah. Your ex left you because you suck, and it's like, oh my god, okay, Jesus.
Like the Diet Mountain Dew and the combos thing was fucking huge, and I remember we were in Fortnite the next day, fucking laying into him about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When I went to jail, I heard so many fucking, "Hey, you know what kind of bird don't fly?" Everybody, like that was the first thing that everybody said. They're like, "Hey."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because I've posted a lot of like motivational content, which will maybe get 100 likes, but there's a lot of people who've messaged me, "Man, you really helped me out." And so that's why I do it. But that's why I try to tell them, like, man, nothing will hit you harder than lying. Some stupid 14-year-old kid that's like, "Hey, fatty," like, nah, that's funny. What's not funny is like losing your house or losing your job. Like, that sucks.
So, can you look into those people who say that shit?
Yeah, I've gotten carried away.
Like fucking sitting out front, outside their house. You guys remember this shit?
No,
I
that's not
just
it.
want to talk to
So
them.
I've made a couple of friends. I actually made a lot of friends who are world record holders. Like Leroy Walker is probably the most famous guy I've met in person. He's called me a couple times. He's a big YouTuber. He does stuff with Julius Maddox and stuff. I went to the Arnold Classic and he took me backstage and I met a bunch of people.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But I met a couple people that I talked to, and there was one particular guy who kept making fun of me, saying I was a guy. And I kept trolling him so hard. And he kept making videos being like, "You guys are..." People kept like reporting him, and they got him banned on TikTok. And so he kept remaking accounts.
Jeez, the dedication, brother.
Yeah. So that's what I meant when I looked into his account and kept responding. And they kind of, what do you call it? Shadow ban? No.
Yeah.
It's when people go to your page and just like spam your page.
Mhm. Like a raid.
Yeah.
You did that to him?
I was the cause of it. I didn't mean to.
Oh, okay.
He's like, "I have a following, and I
Yeah.
didn't realize how strong it was."
Yeah. When I was posting 20 videos a week, there were people that were like, "We're gonna come after whoever trolls us."
We
now."
will
I'm like,
defend
"No,
our
don't do
meat
that."
steak.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I need these comments.
Yeah, this is content for me for a week, you guys.
Yeah.
Just
There
go-
was a
go-
point though where people stopped commenting because I trolled, and I was like, I need more content.
Come make fun of me.
Yeah.
Like shit starts drying out. Josh is like, "Brandon, go comment on my last video. Say something mean."
4 days.
Say something mean.
I'm not supposed to say her name.
Well, he ain't got a mic. It's probably okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's just a first name anyway. It ain't like we.
Oh.
How are you? Not how you doing?
That's a friend.
How's that booty hole looking?
How's that booty hole?
And we used to cut up and fucking joke about it all the time. Like, there was this guy in there. He's, "You in for, big man?" I said, "I'm in here for meth. I'm in here for murder." "What are you in here for?" "Combos about, dude."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not a bad guy. I don't belong here.
Yeah.
It's good
Oh
though.
shit! Yeah, it was kind of like that. I ended up going in there. I spent one night in there for minor in consumption. I was like 19 years old and got caught drinking. I had to go in there, and I wasn't even really drunk. Like I just had a little bit in me, had a little bit of a buzz going. And I go in there and I had some cash on me, and they were telling me what my bail was, and they said that they told me that after like I had to stay in there for so many hours because I had alcohol in my system. They're like, after that so many hours, you can bail yourself out.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, all right, man. This was like midnight. I'm getting checked in there. I was like, all right. I was like, well, whenever that time's up, could you just come get me and I'll go ahead and bail myself out? Well, yeah. So I wake up. This was at midnight. I get checked in there. I wake up to them serving us breakfast. So I know they're not serving us breakfast at 4 o'clock in the morning. My time is already up.
Yeah.
So I go over to the door and I'm like, hey, man, like, I'd like to get out of here, you know. He goes, yeah, man, that's no problem. He goes, I just gave you a plastic spoon. If you start digging now, you might get out in about a week. I'm like, what an asshole, man.
Yes.
That fucking drunk tank was filled with people, too. Like, everybody fucking heard this cop just be a
and puking. It's just
super
crazy, man.
dick.
Just a massive cock.
I will say the short amount of time that I spent in jail, which is nothing compared to some people, you learn pretty quick that there's like two type of people that work at jail. There's the people who just are built for it, like their personality is like they're not going to do well in any other industry, and there's the freaking people who get, and they're just like, yeah, let's really go in here and tell a guy, dig your way.
I just gave you a plastic spoon. Good luck,
asshole.
bitch.
Asshole.
That brother.
That's fucking great.
So how many videos do you have on there then? I mean, 20 a week, that's got to be a lot of videos,
man.
right?
I don't know if it shows the number. Check.
Through hell and back.
Yeah, and I just kind of throw a video maybe once a week on there, and that kind of bummed me out a little bit, because I was like, nobody cares about my weightlifting, but you know that's just reality. Is I'm better at making comedy than I am
Well,
weightlifting.
I mean, there's tons of people out there who pick up heavy weights. There's not everybody out there that can be funny while they're doing dumb, doing something like
Does
that.
not give me a number, but there's a fucking ton.
Oh yeah, I'd say gotta be over 100.
Yeah, 20 a week. I don't know how long you did it for. That's a lot.
And I put
That'd put it in the thousands then.
yeah, I put over a year into it. It got so much that and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it started interfering before I had a kid, where it was like I'm working 2 jobs, because I would work out for 2 hours a day, which it was because maybe an hour of working out with recording and editing at the same time, so 2 hours in the basement in the morning, and then on the weekends 4 maybe 5 hours a day in the basement making content.
What?
Thought I heard something. Sound like a kid.
Maybe my cat. I got a new cat. No, I've had that one. An orange one? Yeah, he ain't moved from over there. Fuck. What the dog doing?
Hit that dog.
Be right back.
Intermission.
bit about it.
What'd you say? What'd you say? You say that he looks like he's on fucking steroids?
We were
He's
talking.
trying to be the twin twin?
I've been, dude. Yeah, I could be their
The triplet.
train triplet.
Fuck.
Not to make it about me, but I did have a guy one time ask me on TikTok if I was on steroids, and I made a big video about it.
Mhm.
So many people were like, "Dude, none of us thought you were on gear. Like, you do not look like you're on gear." And I was like, "Ah." There
Yeah.
you go.
Have you ever seen that video where, there's people who will like stop other people that fucking hawk to a chick? That kind of thing,
Yeah.
where they stop and they ask you questions and
Yeah.
shit. And this guy asked this girl, he's like, okay, so the guy's a 10, but he does steroids. And she was like, well, I don't like steroids, so that automatically brings him down to like a 4 or a 5. She's like, I don't, deal with that kind of stuff. And he's like, well, what about me? And she goes, well, do you take steroids? And he goes, yeah, I do. And she goes, well, you look natural though, so you're
Yeah.
still good. And like it had that fucking wasted thing come up across there.
Like the Grand Theft Auto
Yeah.
thing.
Can you imagine that, being on roids and being told that you look natural? Like I just fucking
That would suck.
yeah, go get my toaster.
We were talking about like, what's the opinion on TRT? Because I have thought about that. Like, once I get a little older, because the one of the guys I met when I lived in Bloomington, he got on TRT, and he was saying that like if you go to a clinic, they actually tell you how to test low. They want your money, so they were like, basically, which I mean, I think you can't go in and have high tests and get it, but they were like, don't eat for so long, and then come in on this day at this time, and
Yeah, you'll like go in there and get tested like the day you're doing your injection, but before you do your injection. So like you wait until like the right before you're gonna do your injection, and then like the lowest point
yeah,
that you can get, and then you go in there and get tested.
like that's your best bet of
Mhm.
testing low.
Yeah.
And because I'm like, man, I want to get on TRT because I hear the benefits are fantastic.
Well, I mean, you think your body's got testosterone.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just you quit producing so much of it as you get older, and this just keeps your levels up there to where they were when you were younger. I mean,
yeah,
I don't look at it as. I did see, actually, just yesterday, I was doing some research on roids, and people were talking. They were bringing up test as like a steroid, and I just can't see like how do you consider that a steroid? It's not. That'd be like a 19-year-old's got more tests in his body than what I do.
yeah, exactly.
So why does me taking tests to get to his level? How does that make it a a PED or whatever?
Yeah, like I think back to the days we all hung out when we were teenagers. When I lost 240 pounds, like I was not eating, doing crazy hard labor, and recovering like nothing.
Mhm.
And I'm like, man, if I had that recovery ability, like that test that I had at 17, 18, now I'm
Mhm.
like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
what?
All right, so fucking getting a text that my mic is fucked up.
Your mic is fucked
I
up.
keep getting a text that my mic is fucked up.
Probably because you dropped it.
I did drop it. If you're listening to the chat, is my mic okay now, or is it still cutting out? I need to know because I'm tired of fucking with it.
It's all right. They can just live with the echo. We'll fix it next time.
Is there? I need to know if there's an echo and if my shit's done cutting out. Josh, talking to your fucking mic.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
I need to fucking know. I know there's bitches in here fucking
Wait,
hanging out.
we can fucking hear it.
Oh, that's true. All right,
There's nothing wrong with it.
I think we're good now.
This is Ron Burgundy.
Tell her to fix her shit.
Yeah, fix your fucking ears. It was Ariel this time.
Maybe her head's crooked.
But whenever I got the phone call, it was my mom. She said she was coming over to swim on the pool. Did you bring your swim trunks? Fuck, man. Could have been a good time. Get in the pool with the guy at the car. Yes, sir. It was. There's one night we went out to my grandma and grandpa's house out on 31, and they had a pool back there, and it was Me, Brandon, one of our Mexican friends, Jesus, and Anthony.
Why did you have to label him?
Yeah, that was racist.
Why? Yeah, it was pretty racist.
Because I think labeling him made it like, cause made it seem like we had some culture in the. Cause
You don't think that you could just say my friend Jesus?
There you go, man.
That's called racism.
That sounds
I'm
like
not
racist.
fucking racist.
That sounds racist.
No, what's racist is he's probably like Puerto Rican or something, and I labeled him Mexican.
You labeled it. Yeah, you didn't even
tough.
say
It's
Hispanic.
fucking dumb, boys.
It is
But-
racist.
We were swimming in the pool, and I don't remember who got in the pool. I think it was just me and Anthony, right? It was just me and Anthony that got in the pool, and him and Jesus were standing outside the pool like, you guys are fucking gay. Fucking
Sausage party.
fucking gay.
Continue. I was also promised there was going to be females there, and there was not.
Fucking, it was fucking gay, is what he said.
What are we looking at?
Gay.
Oh. Are you going to continue your story or what?
Yeah. Yeah, it was just me and Anthony. There was 4 of us out there. It was
In
a
your
sausage
whites only
party.
pool.
Yeah. Well, I invited the Mexican
Yeah,
guy,
no,
but
that
he
is
just
true.
wanted to stand out in the yard.
So did you invited the Mexican and then like what'd you do, like prop up a sign right in front of the ladder and whites only, and then he just had to stand outside of it and watch?
Brandon was like, I don't want you to be alone out here, brother.
Isn't Brand oh, that Brandon.
They were doing a whirlpool, dude. It was
So,
Not a good
it was
time.
so gay.
Was this back in your hang on, was this back in your Rosie O'Donnell days?
No, I was skinny then.
Do you guys did they know you when you were Rosie?
yes.
No, he didn't.
Toward the end. Toward the end. Like right at the
Yeah, I was still fat at Pet Supplies.
When he looked like Rosie. He looked like Rosie O'Donnell and then he like
But when this conversation that we're
transformed
talking
to
about,
Tara Reid and now he's we need another mic.
yeah, we
So
do.
let me ask you that,
What's up?
because like I've lost hundreds of pounds in my life and gained it all back every fucking. How does someone? You said Rosie O'Donnell.
Meth.
Did you see? Did you see the picture of
answer's
that?
meth.
Did you see?
Like, how do you?
Did you see the picture I posted on Facebook the other day?
Yes.
Where I had super long hair?
Yeah. And it's like
I was like 230 in that
you
picture.
look more muscular now than I've ever seen.
I definitely am.
So how do you go like? I mean, this could actually help me. Is like I understand how to get like fired up and on board and just hammer it out. So I did carnivore for 6 months. I'm so bad at like it being permanent. Like,
I
the
am
change being
too.
permanent.
This
Look at
isn't.
you, Eli.
Well, let's set something straight and clarify. Me going from Rosie O'Donnell to Tara Reid did not go from me working out to the gym, or from me being fat and lazy, smoking weed, going to the gym. There was no working out in that time frame at all. It was literally just jobless. I lived with him right before I got the job that I had for 10 years. And,
You had already started losing weight then, I think.
and I was still fat, drank a lot of pop, smoked a lot of weed, and just played video games. I didn't work. I didn't do nothing. And I don't have like a big, like, oh, I grinded for fucking years to get here. It was just like, essentially I went through puberty and grew out of it. But
I think that if you continue down the same path that you were on, though, you would end up just getting fat.
maybe, but I
like
can't.
later on in your life.
I don't have like a justifiable story like that because I
Maybe
didn't.
that's it.
Well, I'm saying that I think it's genetics.
It might have been, but
Because your dad was skinny.
yeah, my dad is skinny. Well,
He's not fat now.
yeah, he's got a bit of a bit of a belly. But to your question, it's just to clear that up. I didn't go to the gym to lose anything, and I go through. Whenever I did start going to the gym, it was like in 2017, the first time, and I would go, and I've never been consistent. It would just be like stints where I would go for 5 months max, and then I would stop for a couple months. Like I've never been through like an actual cut bulk cycle on and off for a year. So, and where I'm at right now is probably the longest that I've went while working out and maintaining the diet.
Yeah.
So that might have something to do with my size now. But I remember it was probably March. I texted him and I just had like there was something ignited that I was like I need to change something, like, and I was drinking like a 24 pack of Twisted Tea between me and my buddy. We were just playing cornhole every day, going through a 24 pack between the two of us
Is that alcohol?
of Twisted Teas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you.
And we would just burn them up, and I gained a fuck ton of weight. There's like 300 calories in one Twisted Tea can. Yeah, it's insane. Like their light version has 150 calories, but there's a shit ton of calories, and I got fat, and I was like, this is not how I'm fucking doing this shit. They're terrible for
Probably
you.
a shit ton of added sugar. You probably got one, don't you?
I don't.
Oh.
I don't.
It's like a diabetic bomb. If someone's diabetic,
Yeah,
they're
they're awful.
Do you want to die? Here you go.
Diabetes.
Diabetes
But-
pain.
Yeah, I was drinking super bad and ate like shit, and then I texted him, and he's a certified nutritionist. So I was like, look, man, I sent him a picture of like me when I was skinnier before. I was like, I need to get here. I need to get from here to here. And he was like, all right, download this app. Send me your height, weight, and age, and I'll set your macros and stay within those macros.
You're gonna have to hook me up.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually do nutrition and personal training.
Yeah, that's all. I do not steer away from my weakness. I've always sucked it.
Yeah.
And my wife even gives me a hard time because she'll be like, "You need to buy a month's worth of groceries." And I'm like, "I can't think past 2 days because I just eat whatever the fuck I see."
Well, again, something that I don't think that I would be like this if it wasn't for Simone, because she fixes all, like, she basically feeds me. So like I always mess with her all the time. I'm like, what are you gonna do whenever I get fat? She's like, you won't get fat. She's like, I feed you. I know what you eat. You're
That's what I
fine.
need, man. I'm like a big baby.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
I feel like all men are. We're just like, we need you to take care of us,
Yeah,
and she does an awesome job of it. Last night I was sitting there on the couch, and she's like, you still need to eat, because I eat the exact same thing every day, and we do monthly. Like I go buy the groceries for the month, and she meal preps and does a week at a time. And I eat just the same thing all the time. I mean, of course, every once in a while we might go out, and get something. Or if I'm on the road, I might eat something a little different. But for the most part, I eat the exact same meals every single day.
Yeah.
And she's like, you got anything left to eat? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, your chicken and your pasta meal? I'm like, yeah. She's like, your grilled cheese? Yeah. She's like, which one you want? I'm like, she's like, both of them? Yeah.
You want to
So
be a
she's
skinny bitch?
yeah. Yeah, that's one thing, man. I was sitting there one day, and I need that kind of motivation. I need that, like, kind of tough love stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm putting away this chicken and protein noodle meal that I eat. And for some reason, man, it was just so fucking heavy. Like, I was just done for the day. I eat like 3,300 calories, 3,400 calories. And I'm sitting there just trying to put this down, and I'm moaning and groaning about it. And she's like, hey, you want to be a skinny bitch? She's like, shut the fuck up and eat that shit. I'm like, yes, ma'am. And I just go back to eating.
You're nothing.
Right. You're less than
I
nothing.
need that. I try to get my wife to do that to me, and she, like there was one day I skipped the gym on accident. Like I just woke up late, because normally what I'll do is my alarm will go off at 4. I'll get up, I'll go to the gym, and it's this one right over here. And I'll go to the gym, I'll come home, shower, go to work, and then I'll go to the gym again. But at the time, this was like when I first started, I wasn't going in the afternoon as well. And I woke up late, I didn't get to go in the morning, and I felt like shit the rest of the day. Like I was pissed, like I had to go in the afternoon. I hate going in the afternoon because it's so fucking busy, but I was like, I have to go because there's something fucked up here that I need to get that out. And so I went, and then I took care of it. I felt better. Everything was fine. But I was like, tomorrow, make sure when my alarm goes off, like, push me out of bed, tell me to get my fat ass up and go to the fucking gym. And she was like, all right, I'll make sure you're up. And my alarm goes off, and I'm like groggy, and I'm like going in and out of it, and she's like, babe, it's time to get up. I was like, that's not what I asked for.
Like, fucking hit me.
I need to feel something.
Yeah, I think when I'm left to my own structure and my own.
She's really supportive though. Like I meal prep all my shit for the week. Like I'll make like 7 ounces of salmon and some like a half a cup of rice for like each dinner every day. And I'll usually like not eat but an apple or a granola bar for lunch or breakfast. And then so I'll be fucking starving when dinner comes around. And then if they're eating like fucking spaghetti or ravioli, and if that's something that I want to indulge in, she usually blows me shit over it. She's
Like direct you to, hey, you should eat something.
yeah, you need
different.
to eat your shit.
That's good. I can imagine that, like sitting there stuffing your face with spaghetti. You're like, you can't eat this. You should eat something
Dude.
different.
It was fucking rough whenever I first switched because that's how it felt. I mean, I was on the chicken and rice thing.
Yeah.
But chicken and rice got burnt out really fucking fast, really quick, like no problem at all.
It's almost impossible. I'm actually surprised that you made it as far as you have, just because not everybody in the household is doing the same thing you are. So that's really, really difficult.
Hard.
You have
Yeah.
to get on the same page. That's what makes it so easy for us. Like even my daughter, she stays with me during the summer. She's only 13 and she eats exactly like we do. She counts her calories, all of her macros, her fats, her proteins, her carbs. She counts all that stuff. She weighs everything out. She goes to the gym with me every day. Every day. I mean, and that's what I'm trying to instill in her is it's going to be a lot easier to maintain it now and get where you want to be than it will be to let yourself go and then try to get back. Like it'll still be possible, but it's going to be a lot harder. You know?
Awesome. Yeah, I definitely. It's weird for me, man, because I've lost weight and gained it back so many times. But I'm like, man, I don't want to be this heavy. I feel like it's hard for me to get out of bed, and I'm like, I really want to get like leaner. But then there's like so much. I don't know. It's like where did someone who it's like asking like a meth addict or an alcoholic is like, why do you do what you do? I just need someone to structure it for me because I don't know the answer. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I just needed that help on like tell me where to fucking start, and like I can count the macros and I can weigh shit out to where I can get where I need to get, but I just need you to tell me where I need to be so I'm not in I'm not in maintenance mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted to be in
the cut, and we've actually turned the cut up
like a deficit
since I started the cut.
Yeah, well, I mean, as you lose weight, you gotta adjust it a little bit. We didn't adjust it a whole lot, though.
No, I was 156 whenever we started. I'm like 147, 146 ish now. So I'm about 10 pounds.
Big 140.
Yeah, it's all dick.
I don't mean like you look fat. I'm saying like you have a
Steve,
big
you're trying to
frame.
lose weight. You look fucking fat, right?
You guys know what I
Friend
meant,
of the
right?
Year award, bro.
Yeah, he called you a fat ass, is what I
That's not
heard.
what I meant.
That's what I-
I
meant.
think you need to hit him with tough crab.
Okay. Here we
Tough
go.
crab
No, I'm
buzz.
saying like I think like a big guy.
bullshit?
you're Like, hey, I'm 400. Am I? Are you doing?
He's got them. I doubt he's used any of them.
Bullshit.
I think there's a difference between like being like 400 hour lifter or 400 hover around in Walmart. So it's like there's a difference between being 140.
Yeah, like
kid or like
my walk around weight is like 150.
I'm just saying you look like a lean, muscular 140. That's impressive.
But yeah,
Fuck me for complimenting.
on like
David Goggins, fuck everyone.
Stay hard. Like I'm erect right now.
who's gonna carry the boats and the logs?
Wait, so you said he's a big 145? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I was just saying like I would think you look heavier than 145 in terms of your lean,
So he thinks you weigh more than what you actually do.
but in a compliment way.
Like you're fucking fat, but that's a compliment.
There's no way you just weigh
Muscle.
150.
Muscle. Oh, okay. All right. You look very muscular.
I'll go fuck myself.
But I was 156 in like March, and I had a fucking gut. It's dwindled down now.
Well, the thing is, you've lost weight, but I think you're not going down in the numbers as quickly because you've started going to the gym, so you're kind of,
Gaining
putting on
muscle.
you've got a little bit more muscle.
Because that first week when we just started doing because initially I was just doing the gym 3 days a week and started the diet, and I think that first week I lost like 4 pounds, and I quit drinking completely that week.
That's what people. I've had people come up to me and they're like, they ask the same thing. They're like, "Hey man, like I want to lose weight. What can you do for me? Like I can do whatever you say. I'll do anything that you want. You just tell me what to do. The only thing is I can't give up my Mountain Dew or I can't give up my Coke or something like that." And I'm like, "Well, you can't lose weight.
Right.
Like you might be able, if you're like a really big dude and you just stop drinking pop,
Right.
you're gonna lose some weight, but you're not. Eventually, you're gonna get to a point to where you got to do more, you know.
Yep.
But these people aren't like the people who are asking me aren't like huge, you know. They're a little overweight, and they're like, I can do any of it. I just can't give up my pop. And I'm like, well, then I don't know what to tell you, man. You got to quit drinking and eating bad. That's just the way that it is. It's really simple. People think that it's so much more difficult than what it is. I'm not saying that it's not difficult.
You're not gonna offend me.
But no, yeah, but it's not that it's not difficult. It's just that people think that there's some sort of magical way to get rid of the weight.
Yeah, well, I think advertisements like 10 years ago did a lot for people in thinking that, where there was like this ab belt or this fucking cream.
Oh yeah, people all the time
walking
like,
around with this six
man,
pack.
I need to lose this right here. What kind of exercises can I do to? I'm like,
Yeah.
well, do this a little less.
Yeah. My big thing, and it's ever since I stopped drinking, is like it took me probably 5 years to be able to lay down at night and without having like those insane intrusions of like death and rage, and it screwed my mind up. Really,
I relate to that. I relate to that heavy.
What do you mean, like offing yourself or offing other people?
Well, for me, okay, go ahead.
Not offing other people. I would say offing myself was a thing. Not anymore. Not anymore. But it's something. It's so hard to explain. Like years after drinking, if I walked into Walmart, which we're talking about going before bed, but for example, walk into Walmart, immediately have a panic attack, and all I can think of is like getting someone punching me in the face, and just like it's almost like my fight or flight just kicked, and I'm freaking out on the inside where like there's clips of just violence replaying in my mind, and that finally quit, and then it would happen specifically when I would lay down, and I got to where I would just binge eat chips and bullshit, and it would make me be like, I gotta sleep, and then I would sleep, and I just built a habit of doing that. I've never told anyone this, by the way. And so it's like, I know, like you said, it's super simple fix. Stop doing that shit at night, and you'd probably lose 100 pounds. I just haven't figured out like what to do about it.
I think it's a mind thing.
There's definitely like a mind addiction with that, where you like you're in bed, you're winding down, and you have that mouth, food, hand,
like a baby
motion thing.
Well, once you do it, I mean, you do it one time, and then you're like, oh shit, this helps. Like instead of dealing with all this shit, I'm just gonna go in there and eat. It's so much easier.
So
you just got to find an alternative, I think.
Yeah, there's this really heavy guy I just found on Instagram. Not many followers, but he has been doing like a lot of fasting. And I'm like, well, fasting means you're not eating at night. Like, how do you get through that? And him, it's just pure freaking Goggins mindset. Like, I'm a f- and I can just do this. And he just does it. And I'm like, that's what I need to do, man.
That's what I think got me started, was I got onto this big Goggins kick. And then Simone tells me all the time that I've got like a different mindset than most people. Like I can just tell myself, like it could be like as far as like anything really, like something you're afraid of, you know, something that
you're crazy for doing that. I'm not fucking crazy.
Like,
I'm just not you.
Well, like I'm like terrified of heights, you know. Yeah. I don't like heights at all. But there's nothing out there. There's nothing on this planet that is scary enough for me that that's gonna stop me from doing it. Like if I want to do something, it might be scary, but it's not gonna be scary enough.
You're talking about the wing walking thing?
Well, that's like the first time I got on a plane, I went skydiving. The very first time I ever got into a plane. Damn. I went skydiving, and that like I'm terrified of heights. I was scared.
So he
the
could say
entire
he
time.
flew in a plane but never landed in one.
For like a year. Yeah, that's cool. But like, I can get past that. I can find a way to get past that, and it'd be like the same way with any kind of thing, like as far as like eating or something like that. Like, I know that I need to do this certain thing. I want to do this, but I'm not going to let that want overpower this, like what I need to do. So I can just like switch it, and I'm going to do this now. But then having her around helps tremendously. I mean, you got somebody on board to help you. I mean, how long you been married?
My wedding was in September. This past September.
Oh shit! Okay, so you're coming up on a year.
I don't think our family will see. We've been legally married. She got pregnant. 2 years.
Shit. Oh, because you're like you got the religious thing going, right?
Yeah, just to be completely honest, part of it was like, hey, you're pregnant with my baby.
Let's get married.
Let's
if you
get
ever
married.
hit the road, like that's my baby. Like we need to get married so I can have.
So
some
you got it
rights.
taken care of right away, and
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
and then you were like, okay, well now shit's settled down. Let's do the ceremony.
And that was against her wishes. I mean, I didn't force her, obviously, but I
You signed a paper, bitch.
No, when you go to the courthouse, they ask her. They're like, "Are you being forced into this?
Are you under the
and
influence?
I'm standing there like, "What the fuck?" And they're like, "Not him. Look at us. Are you wanting to marry
It's like,
him?"
no, she's not being forced into
And I was
it.
like, but yeah, 2 years.
Nice.
It's a long time. How long you been married? I was
Um,
at the wedding, and I don't know how long you been married.
It was 21.
21.
Yep. Be 3 years next month.
I don't know if Brandon's time. That's cool though. That gives me a lot to think about. Like, because I do think, especially since I work in pharmaceutical manufacturing, I think there's a market in overcomplicate.
Yeah, people who take what's Lily's pushing something right now.
Ozempic or whatever.
Is it Ozempic that Lily's
Yeah.
pushing?
Yeah.
Probably. It's a diabetes medicine.
Yeah, Ozempic. Yeah.
They're pushing that shit. I got family that works up there, and they're, oh, it works. It works. I'm like, yeah, it probably does. I'm sure it does something to you to make you have an initial drop, but the problem is it's not going to change your mindset. You're going
Yeah.
Right. You're not fixing the
everyone.
problem.
Yeah, everyone that I've talked to that has done some sort of drug, if they don't adjust their eating habits as well, then they just end up getting to that weight loss and plateauing and just lose a little bit. And yeah, you might be, what'd you say you were at 500 pounds?
530, yeah.
530, and then you drop down to whatever you drop down to,
370. Yeah.
and then you might plateau, and that might be doable just with like some drugs,
Yeah.
But you're still an overweight dude, and like there's still more you can do to lose some more weight, but you gotta have that mindset to be able to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
I even with me when I was trying to gain weight, I got to like 190, and I was eating, I want to say like 2,700 calories or something like that. But I was trying to gain weight. I was trying to get over 200, and I got to 190, and I felt like I was just stuck. I couldn't get past that 190, 193, something like that. And I was like, I got to eat more. And most people would be like, well, I'm already eating, 6 times a day. And I was like, well, fuck it. You might be
Eat
eating 6
7.
times a day. You got to eat more.
Time to eat 7.
Yeah, it's just.
that because I've always loved it. I don't know how people.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
something.
man. Well, you got to think, though, this isn't food that I'm like, oh, this tastes so
That's true,
great,
that's
and
true.
I
It's-
want
it's
to
like-
eat it.
And
Like,
you really sit down and eat 10 pounds of chicken breast. It's like,
yeah, I eat 35. She went and got chicken for the month, and when she told me she bought 35 pounds of chicken just for me, I was like, holy fuck.
I just picture you like having a truckload of chickens dropping on your house, and you're like, "What's up? You guys?"
Just roll it into the kitchen, guys.
It's like,
Just got a fucking forklift with a skid of chicken titties.
Yeah, I eat a shit ton of chicken, and a lot of protein, man. I get like almost 300 grams of protein a day, and it's all from food. Like,
Yeah.
I don't do a whole lot of protein shakes.
I had a personal trainer for Strict Girl for like 6 months when I first started. He didn't charge me anything. He was a world record holder guy. He actually ended up blocking me. But Yeah, Brian Ruskins, how you doing?
Good morning to you.
But he blocked me because, in looking back, now that I'm a dad, like I realize where I didn't really grow up with best parents. Like there is like a crucial part that your parents play, and like I guess what I'm trying to say is like there's like a self-love part of like my health journey where you're like, okay, you really didn't care about yourself, but there is a part where you're like the Goggins mindset where you're like, all right, you quit being a soft, but you need to hold yourself accountable.
Mm-hmm.
And he was all about that, hold yourself accountable, and I'd be like, no, like you're too rough, whatever. But I remember when I worked with him, I was like, man, I eat super clean, and for some reason I wasn't honest with myself. I'm like, no, aren't you really like eating cakes and shit like all the time? And that's why now I'm so open about it. Because I'm like, yeah, I truly was lying to myself. Like, no, you really like you're eating processed shit all the time.
They probably think that they're honestly like those people who are like, man, I didn't eat a whole lot. You know, I've only ate like once today, but it was like a meal from fucking Burger King or when, you know, no protein and or very little protein, shit ton of fat, carbs, all that like nasty shit. Or they'll eat like, oh, I ate salads today, but then they drown it in ranch and like you just can't do that stuff. And then whenever you try to tell them, you're just like, look, man, it's just this simple. You don't have to take these drugs. You don't have to do injections. You don't even have to go to the gym if you don't want to. You're trying to lose weight. You ain't trying to, you know, don't even go to the gym if you don't want. But just don't eat that ranch. Find something else. Find like there's low fat options. There's some options that you can do. But people will say that they're eating clean eating. But then if you really sit down and plug the numbers, it's really not good for you. You know, there's been tons of times where I'm like, before I started eating the same thing all the time, I would think that I'd gotten to my protein, and then I would go and I'd plug it in. I'm like, holy shit, you know, I still got 90 grams of protein I got to get. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the most apples I've ever eaten in one 3. And I'm like, this is 210 calories or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I definitely think I've eaten a whole box of Debbie cakes before. So, am I really being honest about like, am I eating clean food versus processed shit?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, because you can't like, there's a biological, like, your body will be like, you cannot eat anymore when you're eating like clean.
Yeah, you can sit there and put that trash down all the time
Yeah,
because
I'm
you're
just
like
I just
it's your mind. Like you're like, man, this
Yeah.
tastes so great. You know,
Yeah.
I just keep shoveling it in there. But I eat a fucking bowl of chicken and rice, and I'm like, well, this is enough.
I guess
I don't want any more.
I don't mean to keep like, if we want to change topic or
No, go for it, man.
You're good.
I feel like I am the smoker who is telling people don't do this, like, don't smoke. Like I'm at that point in my weight loss where I'm like
You see me eating these Doritos?
don't do this.
Don't fucking eat them.
Well, that's okay. I can see. I mean, that's like, hey, man, this is a bad thing. You shouldn't be doing this kind of thing. I don't see that as a problem. The ones that I see that are a problem are the ones who try to give you like those people who are big and they're like, yeah, you can eat this stuff. Just try to, you know, manage not eating so much of it. You want to eat a little Debbie cake every now and again, and big is beautiful and all that stuff. Like, I don't take advice from people who I don't want to look like.
Yeah, for sure.
That kind of thing. You having a good time? All right, cool.
Oh, here's
I'm fat. I breathe heavy. I'm not like y'all. I don't eat chicken and rice. I eat burgers. All right.
you were a pretty good athlete in school. He did eats once a day, in case anyone.
Eats once. Oh, are you the one that eats once a day and it's Burger King?
He knows about you.
You know that
I
guy.
wouldn't say Burger King.
But it's definitely not good for you.
No, it's never.
Yeah. That's the thing. Most people are looking for, but it's also what you want too. I mean, if you're okay with being,
We're all gonna die someday.
yeah.
I ain't seen more pain in years, so it don't matter.
Hey, Brandon, you want to get on this conversation about helping yourself and being better? I ain't seen my Packer in 3 years.
You guys know
God,
what's me on this thing.
Fuck that Packer. Like, what are you talking about?
Damn, brother.
Oh my god.
Right, boys.
Tough Scratty's ever seen, boys. You got notes, Michael?
I was going to ask you how your gym stuff was going. I wasn't gonna just like be like, I've got these notes. Let everybody know I've got notes. I was just gonna bring it up in conversation.
No, I like to I like to stay on topic, so I don't care.
I was
saying
gonna
that
ask
got
you
notes,
how you
but-
like your gym thing. I've noticed you've
grown some fucking pythons.
yeah, we'll call that. Hey, what did we measure yours at that one day?
Like 13,
Wonder what they're at now. I bet they've gotten a little bigger.
maybe.
Oh, you got a tape measure?
Yeah, I got the.
So what are you doing? Like, are you doing high reps? Are you doing
I'm doing 420.
like weed?
Four sets of 20.
4 sets of 20.
Okay. Gotta burn. So is like the 20th rep? Is it like almost
yeah.
failure?
Yeah. Well, the struggle with it is the first 2 sets. I question whether or not it's heavy enough, and then by the time I get to the last set, I'm like, yep, it's heavy def. Because like it'll feel like the first set, I can bang it out, no problem. Like I can be looking around. I'm like, I need to crank this up. And then by the time I get to the third one, I'm like, all right, bitch, time to focus.
Are you sticking with the same weight the whole way through?
No, I'm moving it up as I feel needed to. Like
you do one and you're like, this was easy, so raise the weight.
I don't take it easy on myself. If I feel like if it's too easy, I understand that I'm not making any progress. Then I'll crank the weight up.
I will say, and I work as no programming in it, but I think I got stronger doing 15 reps, like 3 to 4 or 5 sets than I ever did. Because all the powerlifters are like, 3 to 5 reps max, as heavy as possible, and I feel like I made more strength gains doing a bodybuilding pump.
Yeah, there's actually when I went through, I just recently finished the personal training certification a few months ago, and there's a rep range that they recommend. You go through for if you're wanting power, if you're wanting strength, you're wanting endurance, you're wanting mass. There's rep ranges for all of it, and I differ from it a little bit, or I don't go exactly by what they say, just because I've felt that I've gotten a lot bigger doing more reps, trying to go to hypertrophy, trying to really tear down my muscles, and because I'm older, so I just feel like I hurt myself whenever I lift heavy. Very rarely do I lift heavy. Actually, I just found out here recently I did a thing where we trained a few kids at the gym, just to give them some basic pointers. They were 12, 13 years old, I think, and on one of the last days we were in there, they wanted to see what everybody's max could go on some weight, and I ended up doing like 265, I think, on bench, and I had never done anything. I don't even know that I benched 225 before. Like I just always do like 135 for 25 reps, something like that.
Oh, like now, that's what the numbers you do.
That's what I do now.
You
135.
you look way stronger than that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I just do I could do more than 265 is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, you got to think I only weigh 200 pounds. I'm doing more than my body weight.
Yeah, I'm saying like that just shows that your type of training, like you're going for the look. I think that
Right.
that is the safest route to get the look. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I definitely don't give a shit about. I don't care that I can pick up something heavy. I mean, if I just want to look like I can pick up something heavy.
Yeah, there's definitely a look, especially when you go to like powerlifting meets. Guys who've only focused on powerlifting their entire weightlifting career, like hardly no definition. The bigger guys, like no definition, and they're just strong, as way stronger than me. But like for the first 2 years of my lifting, all I did was like 5 sets of 15 to 20 reps, and I felt like I was building more definition in my arms than some of these big guys, but they're so much stronger. That's why I'm trying to segue into more heavy lifting, but it's so painful. You get hurt all the time.
Yeah, that's the thing with me, man. I just don't want to hurt myself. I want to be. I want to look good, and I mean, lifting some heavy stuff is cool. Every once in a while I might go a little bit heavier, but it's more I'm just trying to get to, the looking good.
Yeah.
And I found that I get there through high reps, but strength has come with it. I mean, I do skull crushers now. I remember whenever I first started, I actually got a trainer about a year after I started because I felt like I didn't know what the hell I was doing, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So whenever I started at this new gym, I got a trainer and it really helped to get a routine down and figure out what I was doing. And then I was kind of, on my own, and I added some things and tweaked some things, and now I do my own thing. But it really did help get to where I am now. Like my arms fucking blew up and I got a lot more definition doing his thing.
I feel like I could beat the shit out of a gorilla now.
Like Mike Tyson.
Fuck yeah.
You ever hear about that? Way back in the day when he tried to pay a zookeeper like $500 or $5,000 or something like that. It was a lot of money. He tried to give a zookeeper a shit ton of money to let him fight a gorilla.
I got my money on Mike Tyson. I don't know.
That gorilla would fuck him
Mike
up.
Tyson in his prime. Yeah, the gorilla would probably get him.
Oh, guaranteed.
Realistically, the gorilla would probably get him, but goddamn, I bet Mike would fucking.
Oh yeah, he probably hit him like one time.
That
and the
gorilla would look
rip
like
him
that
apart.
fucking kangaroo when it was trying to kidnap that dog.
There are some videos of like the gorillas like grabbing, or the great ape, whatever, orangutan or something, grabbing people through the fence, and they're fucking just slinging a 200-pound person like it's a twig.
Oh yeah.
You're just like, oh, they're a lot stronger than, yeah.
I don't even think they're meat eaters.
No.
Bunch of bitches.
Could you imagine if like gorillas actually worked out?
God, I have a very, very serious question.
What's up?
Do you think Tarzan was a virgin when he
God, I know what you're gonna say, but go ahead and
This is like
finish.
the first question Steven ever asked me when I met him in person. I always knew him as Soapy Chip because I met him through Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah.
I meet him in person. He walks straight up to me. He's like, "Dead serious question. You think Tarzan was a virgin when he met Jane, or do you think he was pounding gorilla cheeks?"
Definitely pounding gorilla cheeks.
I was like,
Fuck yeah, it
"Definitely
was.
pounding gorilla cheeks."
Like, seen a couple gorillas over there doing something. He's like, what's that?
I was like, "Damn, I've never been asked that before."
Good times, Pip. Good times. Was that the day that we went to fucking Waffle House for breakfast? There was one time we went to Greenwood Mall and you and Brandon were like my bodyguards.
Yep. Like the president.
Brandon was a lot bigger at the time.
Like the president.
Brandon's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Were you fat?
I'm fat.
Or fat tur? Were you fat tur?
Fat
What
ass.
was your highest
Come
weight?
fat ass.
What was your highest weight? 320.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were over 3.
And your highest was 530. Is that what you said? At that point, I feel like I'm just like, they got a TV show about this. Maybe I can.
Maybe I can keep gaining.
Yeah, I'm almost to 600.
Damn.
That's crazy. That's a hot take.
Those people,
They're-
man. Like, I don't see how they function.
Whenever, you know where Crossroads Gym is?
No.
Here in Seymour? It's this really old, super old style gym. Like, you don't.
Isn't it like out of a guy's house or something?
It's basically an old house.
There's a guy at Hilex that goes to that gym.
Well, it's
Or he has a membership to that gym.
like,
Saw the one we went to?
yeah.
Crossroads? or
Yep.
whatever?
And it's like all the bars are rusty. There's no heat. It's like super old Rocky style. There's like carpet in there.
The coolest gym I've ever.
Yeah. And we went. There's a picture on my Instagram of, I think he was doing cable flies. And
Who's he?
him.
Okay.
This was a long time ago. This is like 2019, 2018. Yeah. It was a long time ago.
Okay.
But I think that was around the. My question is how much did you weigh then?
Oh, okay.
I
All
was
right.
close to 500.
Okay.
I think I was around 480 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean my arms weren't as big, but like I had a lot of fat tissue in my torso. Like,
You know
it's
the
like-
picture I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I'm leaning over, and it's like just imagine 80 pounds of fat just stacked right here.
Mhm.
Or you just had an 80-pound or a bunch of weight hanging off of you,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah, because I was leaning over and it was just like a. They used to call me Fridge in high school, so because I mean I looked like a fridge just standing there. But
Damn.
I need to find that picture though.
It's on my Instagram.
Because I was so ashamed of myself, even though I was working out all the time. I never took pictures back then, and that was one of the only pictures of me before I lost some.
Fuck are you looking at?
The comments.
I would buy that gym if I could. Like, there's so much cool history in that gym.
It's definitely OG. Like, you get that vibe as soon as you walk in.
Yeah.
Like, it's no make a membership. It's put fucking $5 in the jar and then go work out. Sign your name.
I'm okay with my new shit. I like new.
Your gym. I will say that the gym that you go to is the best gym that I've ever been to. It's Iron Benders in North Vernon. It's the best gym that I've ever been to. It's
very nice.
It's 2 stories, but it's like the basement is the second story. It's not like you go up, you just go down. But it's really fucking nice.
Yeah, and it's only a few years old.
It's like all turf.
They take really good care of it. I mean, they put a lot into it. We're still getting new machines. We're supposed to have another new machine coming in, I think, the end of this month.
I'll have to come back and move down or something.
Hey,
Oh, dude, I'm fucking in.
If you guys wouldn't have said anything, I'd been like, well, that's fucking awkward.
Actually, I
Just
missed an opportunity.
well, I think I'm busy that day. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't say what day, but okay.
But yeah, I'm super down, us 3 to go fucking get a workout in.
Brandon, you want to go? Or? Oh,
Okay, I'm glad I said 3 because I didn't think he'd be
that was
down.
a quick no.
You don't go to the gym at all? You just allergic or?
I just go play basketball.
Gotcha.
And golf.
Tennis.
Pickleball.
I've seen that's kind of getting big again. I don't know if it ever was big, but
I've
it's
never
getting big.
played pickleball, but I have golfed with him before.
Yeah. He's awful.
Yeah.
Like beyond awful. Like he gets out there and hits the ball, and you're like, wow, that's really, really bad.
We need to go. I gotta see you.
Oh, golfing?
But
Oh,
I've been
so bad.
I've been one time.
No, this is like, you get people out there and they're like, yeah, this is my first time. I've never been out here, and they're like, they hit the ball, and you're like, okay, yeah, you need to do this and you need to do that. And with him, he hits the ball, and you're like, you need to go put that club back in the bag and just drive this cart.
There's a video somewhere on there of me playing top golf with him for the first time. I look like Happy Gilmore up there.
Oh my god, I'd love to do top golf.
So much fun.
I've had a gift certificate for Top Golf at the house for like 3 years that I got for Christmas one year.
I'd
And
love to
never
go.
used it.
I've never been.
It's so
I didn't quit. I just cut it to moderation. Like the fridge in the garage has a shit ton of alcohol in it, and 3 months ago it would have been gone in 2 days, but it's been in there for months now. So I still drink from time to time, but I use it more as like a celebration, wind down, instead of like I need this kind of thing.
Yeah, if I could do that, I would definitely do it. I think it's great.
How long have you been sober? 5
You need
years.
to
5 years in October.
Okay.
Are you just afraid that if you tried it, you'd jump back
Oh, yeah.
on it?
I mean, yeah. So it's like I just accepted a job promotion. So I started a new job July 8th. I'm a quality engineer.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so one of the biggest things is I was the first person to graduate high school in my family, first person to graduate college in my family, and I started drinking like freight train in college, and I just quit going to class. But the original plan was to go all the way and get my PhD. And so it's like it has really, really bothered me how much alcohol threw my life off track.
Mhm.
That now that I feel like I've finally caught up in my career. That if I start drinking, I'm just scared to death that I'll lose again. So
Gotcha.
I'm just,
Well, I mean, it's not worth even, risking it.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
alcohol.
because I feel like I feel like when I go to work and I meet other really smart people that I work at, like they're so much younger than me. I'm so far behind in where I could be because for 5 years I was just.
Right. Other really smart people. Look at that. We need a new picture.
What's wrong with the logo?
Just you.
Me? I'm the problem? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go fuck
On there.
myself.
On there. Just on there. I mean, look at it. Can you bring it up on there?
Yeah, it's fucking. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that logo.
You don't think so?
I don't see anything
what do you
wrong
think
with that
about
logo.
it? Looks good.
The unapologetic podcast logo. Is there anything wrong with it?
He's trying to be a friend right now.
Honest opinion about the logo.
Can we take a vote? Like,
I think it looks good.
yeah, it looks good.
I hear a butt coming.
I think
I wish.
he looks angrier than you. At that, that's
Yeah, like maybe I'm yelling at you
That's-
and you're like, okay.
That's literally what he said before you guys got here. Because I had it pulled up and I was listening to like an old episode, or I was just seeing if I could cast it to the TV.
If I say, "Hey Steven, do I look fat in this shirt?" and you're like,
Nah, man, you look
no,
good."
Not at all. I'm
Well,
like,
you
"Oh,
look
asshole."
like you could probably lose a couple pounds, but it's not really bad. You carry yourself well.
Yeah, I'd be like, I want you to tell me the truth. It's like,
You look like you have high thyroid, man. It's just like something
Oh
you could
my
easily
God.
get taken care
oh
of.
my god, a really strong thyroid. That's what I'm gonna start telling people. A really strong thyroid.
Oh.
That was something I learned in the nutrition stuff. Was like people with thyroid problems that, you know, a lot of fat people will blame their weight gain on thyroid issues.
Yeah.
It's a very, very small percentage of people who actually have thyroid issues,
Yeah.
and I think they just want something to blame it on rather than like the eating, rather than I just couldn't quit shoveling food into my face. Yeah,
Damn.
you really look like you're gonna start stroking that mic. And I'm not sure which one.
Well, I'm still on the logo thing. Like I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's wrong with the goddamn logo.
That's what I'm talking about. You look like you're about to stroke a mic. One of them.
Stroke a mic.
Yeah.
There's
Either
two
the-
mics there.
I know, that's what I'm saying. One of them.
Well,
Like, oh man,
look,
you're so angry.
I think that the GFX artist that made it just put more intensity in you. Like there's more wrinkles. There's like veins sticking out in your neck.
That's because I yelled. You told me to yell, not just open my mouth.
I don't look as angry as he does. Fuck you,
Who said that?
Ariel.
Steven, you don't look.
As angry as he does.
Yeah, well, it's because I was supposed to yell,
Well,
and you're just like,
I sent
Ah.
an intense picture,
I'm saying ah, and you're saying ah.
and he 100% made me bald. Like,
You know, hey,
like you can tell that
you look
you
like
have
a cancer
hair.
patient.
You can tell that you have hair.
That's an accurate statement.
Fucking savage, brother. Fucking savage. But he gave me no hair at all.
You know, I've been trying to talk Simone into letting me shave my head.
Yeah, I mean, it would get you ahead of the curve for whenever you start doing trend.
I don't think I look bad bald. I
Nah,
did
you
the-
got the goatee to have like the Walter White look.
I did like the Snapchat filter of me
Yeah.
bald, and it didn't. To me, it didn't look bad. And then I showed Simone, and she did one of those things where, like, I don't think she thought it was gonna.
Ready to eat the mic.
I think it was one of those things where she was like, "Wow, he actually doesn't look bad," but I don't want to tell him that it doesn't look that bad because I don't want him to shave his head. I think that's the kind of reaction that she had.
Looks like he is ready to eat the mic.
I'm ready to eat the
I
mic,
think- I
and
think
you look
she-
like
I
you're
think-
ready to swallow it whole.
I think she's talking shit about me right now.
Oh. Yeah, I think I could Actually, I just went and got my hair cut this week, and she was like, "So what do we do? A 1 and a 2?" I'm like, "Well, you could just shave it off, and then I could just blame you for being bald."
Oh, speaking of you going to get your hair cut, I called into work on Tuesday, and I went to go to the gym in the morning, and I fucking slammed my pre-workout, and I started to go. And you know that moment whenever you drink a lot of water, and you're like, "Wow, I'm gonna have to shit soon." So I worked and did some laser engraving in the garage, and I was like, I'll wait it out and see. And I was like, oh, I definitely have to shit now. So I went to go take a shit, and as soon as I sat down, the pre-workout kicked in. Like the beta-alanine, the fucking itchies.
Yeah.
Those fucking hairs on your earlobe, feeling the itchy palms. I got that on my asshole. And I fucking...
Wait, how's that work?
I don't know. But I was like, I could feel that, like, there's something crawling on me on my ass as I was taking a shit. I don't know if it's just because, like, the muscles in my rectum were moving, so it, like, that's what it picked up on. But I was like, oh my God, I have to send him a video. So I recorded a video of me, like, going through this, and I sent it to him on Snapchat. And he
I'm
was
sitting there in the, like, sitting area where everybody's getting their hair done, and I go to like a salon, like I have a chick cut my hair.
Okay.
So it's a bunch of females in there getting their hair done, and luckily my volume was turned down because I got numbnuts talking about a tingly butthole. Like had I had the volume turned up, it would have been awful.
man would have got some looks.
Yeah,
Nice.
for sure.
Funny. I don't think I've ever had that hit me.
I haven't either. And I always take pre-workout.
I know one guy I met. He lives in Canada. He's on my Facebook a lot, but I met him via TikTok. Never met him in person. He was saying that he makes his own pre-workout, and then shortly after he told me that, yeah, freak it out. Anyway, I saw an article of someone dying from making their own pre-workout because they mismeasured their caffeine. Somehow they got caffeine powder. I don't know where.
What the fuck?
Instead of putting like 200 milligrams, like he put 2 grams in, slammed it, and it was 2,000 milligrams.
God.
I was like, I
Some
don't know.
wires got crossed.
How much do you what do you take
Right now, I
pre-workout?
just drink coffee.
Oh, no pre-workout?
No, I just drink. I drink instant coffee because I'm white trash. But I just
No Folgers in your cup?
yeah, just a couple spoonfuls, and then I drink it, and then go out to the garage and work. But when I was taking pre-workout, I was doing Mr. Hyde.
I'm on some
400
ghost right now.
milligrams.
God damn.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Mine, I take the Sebum. His is 400 milligrams.
Bro, it's so different.
I'm on some ghost 300 milligram right now. But
60 PRs on the Hyde. I'm not saying it's good for you. I'm just saying.
well, 400 milligrams is like your daily intake
it's
supposed to
it's
be.
like in the 6 a.m.
That's what your daily intake's supposed to
I
be.
usually drink one of those in the morning, and then before I go work out in the evening, I take my pre-workout. So I get about 600 in them. I get about 600 milligrams a day. Today I'll get 800 because I've drank 2 of those, which will probably make me kind of.
Yeah, probably.
If I go past a point on caffeine, I actually feel bad.
Meth doesn't count, babe. Oh, sorry, babe. Sorry.
You know, I heard.
I've never done meth in my life, son.
Never.
Never.
Never. You've never done meth?
Yeah.
Oh, you done meth?
There's a camera.
Have you done meth?
No.
I feel like you lie to me now. By that reaction, I feel like even if you had done
No,
meth,
no.
you'd lie.
I've drank every alcohol you can think of. I've smoked weed. I've never taken an edible, and then I've done years, like a long time ago. With that
Yeah.
guy.
How you gonna yell at me for saying that? Call me out like that.
He just wants to shift the focus back to the meth guy.
That's okay.
So
He's
was
a
it like
crackhead.
a recurring thing? You do it a lot? I feel like that's a dumb question. I don't know that I know of a guy who did meth and he's like, I did it once, but it wasn't for me.
No, I did it for like 6 months.
I feel like you were addicted. Right now?
Do you have a picture? There's a picture of him.
Oh shit.
Because I quit talking to him like right at like my worst with drinking and when I got sober and we met back up. But I saw a picture of him on Facebook and I was like, who are you? Like, what happened? He's always been big too.
Mm-hmm. I think I might have found a way for you to lose a little bit more weight.
I'll just switch to carnivore. Thank you.
I thought about going back to it.
I've been offered meth one time, but I've never done it. I don't even know. Like, you could lay it out.
It's
in
a
front
no
of
for
and
me,
I
brother.
wouldn't even know.
I can tell you, whenever I was in Drunk Tank, guys were about to get processed. They were like sitting in there saying,
Well, you look happy.
Man was blitzed.
No, they were in there. They're like, yeah, I lost my wife, my kids, my dog. Can't wait to get out and do some more. And I'm like, God dang, brother.
He looks like he's about to start a new fucking job.
Yeah,
He's like, that picture was like super happy. He's like, first day of the new job. Just fucking smoked my first bowl of the day. Or is it called a bowl with a... You never smoked it? What'd you do? Oh. Isn't that the typical way that they take meth, is smoking it? Or do they inject meth? Ooh.
Call me old fashioned, but I like to drink my stuff.
Do what? What'd you say? Oh, you just snorted it. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't know about Indiana, but there's a marathon down the road from me in Kentucky that's got all kinds of legal drugs in it that I didn't know.
There's a mushroom drink you can drink.
Yeah, there's mushroom drink, chocolate. But I'm waiting for them to come out with a legal meth chocolate bar or something.
Isn't that basically what that speed stuff was back in the day? They had it there.
That stacker shit?
Ephedrine or whatever. Was that what it was? So what else did... Oh my god. So what else,
get
what else did you
breath in
try?
while you can, man.
Tried everything. Come on, that's a little bit of a stretch. Everything.
Everything but X.
That Molly? Same thing.
I've tried.
Molly?
It was
You've
a joke
tried
because
Molly?
my ex's name is Molly. Almost killed me.
Addicted for like so many years.
Daddy, chill.
I don't know what. Beep, beep, beep.
Stupid.
We need that one too.
Stupid woman.
Gotta give him that hawk.
Yeah, she, I don't know.
We don't have to. It's fine.
This is unapologetic. What the fuck do you care?
Unapologetically, she got pregnant and had a kid like 3 months after.
Wait, hang on. She got pregnant and had the kid in 3 months?
No, she.
I was gonna say, that's
she had a
super
kid-
preemie.
Yeah. Is it mine? No, I'm kidding. She had a kid like after. I'm saying like, but the timeline was that shortly after.
Usually only takes a few minutes.
Yeah, it took me only 30 seconds.
20 y'all lasted a minute. God almighty.
Do you have any? You have a kid now,
I
right?
have a 2-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh Jr.
Josh Jr.
Yeah.
JJ, huh?
Oh, JJ.
Fuck yeah, son. Love that.
Being a dad's awesome. Hard, but you have kids?
I've got one, yeah.
Yeah, your daughter, 13 years old.
Yeah. She's 13. It's okay, man. Not everybody listens to me.
I listen to you, bud.
Look
Work out with you. And she counts her macros and all her stuff. And
at that. Somebody's paying attention.
I heard all that.
The guy without the mic. Fuck, man.
Here, man, you take it.
Yeah, I've got one. I had her whenever I was
20.
Yeah. I remember the night that I found out that her mom was pregnant. It was... I can't remember if I just got out of the hospital or just got out of jail, but I ended up...
what a fucking night.
No, I ended up, man, I was staying with a buddy, sleeping on his couch. I had wrecked my car, ended up in the hospital, ended up arrested for the minor in consumption. It was in the same week. if I remember right. It was in the same week, and then later on, I think it might have been the night that it was the night I either got out of jail or got out of the hospital. I got home, I'm laying on the couch, and her mom calls me, and which was weird because we've been split up for a little while, while, and she's like, "Hey, like I got something to tell you," and then she tells me, and I'm like.
Just when you think it can't get any better.
I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll call you tomorrow. That's She told me about it. Yeah. Well, actually, I was 19 whenever I found out. But
Do you have a kid, Brandon?
How old were you when Bryson was born, babe?
I was there.
oh, did you have a young one?
I was at the hospital when the son was born. You know how old I was?
You were 15.
Hell.
Holy shit!
I was 13 years old, boss.
Holy fuck! Was it like with like one of your teachers? Because that could make a good story,
Oh fuck, dude.
or at least an older woman. I tried to give Steven a brother back in the day, but
My mom's out in the garage.
is she really?
Yeah.
Ah, dang.
Oh, we used to fuck with him so bad.
Yeah, I hear her out there.
Oh, is it just her?
No, I think her and Autumn are out there, and my sister. She wanted to swim in the pool. That's who called me earlier.
Oh, everybody's here.
hmm
So we're gonna have to wrap this up.
We can.
It sounds like we're gonna have to.
Still got a 2-hour drive home anyway.
Okay,
shit.
we can wrap it up.
Yeah, it's
All
too
right.
bad you didn't bring your weights, man.
Dude,
I really wanted to try that.
for some reason, I thought you had a home gym.
I used to.
Okay.
I used to.
I thought, oh, he wants to my bar, and we'll just wait.
Yeah, it's all right. But the biggest thing that was going to come from that would be like, you set a record with it, and the funny thing that we had in our mind was like, we try and bang it out, we're just fucking no problem. You're like, yeah, fucking right, dude.
I suck.
Oh, I did have one more thing. Have you ever seen or heard of that Burning Man festival?
Uh-uh.
I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I seen that they had a community fleshlight.
Do you know what Burning Man is?
No, but
It's kind of like it.
Community.
It's kind of like The Gathering. It'd be like if The Gathering had a community fleshlight.
Was it an A or an E?
That was an E.
Oh. Well,
they hang it. He's gonna be looking up tickets out of the car.
Hey, just give her.
I seen that. I don't know. It's been a couple weeks ago. Yeah, they just post that thing up, hang it up on a pole with a sign, and
Community fleshlight. Stick your cock in here.
yep.
I don't know. That's an awful idea.
It's the
Who's
gath-
finishing in it though?
I mean, well, think about the. You know that there is. You know that there is. Tell me if you didn't hang one of them things up at the Gathering that somebody wouldn't use it.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So
Could you imagine getting STDs
From a fucking toy?
from a toy that you?
There's just shit oozing out of it. Like there's a fucking puddle at the bottom of it. You stuck it in like a fence, and there's just stuff at the bottom. It's like a puddle just dripping down. Then you're just standing there looking at it, and some guy comes up, unzips his pants. My turn.
excuse me. Could you imagine that? A polite man coming up there like, excuse me.
I would like my turn with the flashlight, please.
I'm almost done.
I'll take 3 seconds.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we can wrap this up. Josh, do you have anything like anything you want to plug? Any shout outs?
Feel free to follow me on social media through Hell and Back.
I'll link it.
Posting more.
I'll link it down below.
I can share this. I don't know if you have a link or anything.
Yeah, I'll post the link.
That's on TikTok, right?
It's on Twitter or YouTube.
On YouTube?
Yep, we are live on YouTube. Right
I mean
now.
his thing.
His thing's on TikTok.
TikTok.
I do have an
okay.
Instagram, but
I'm new to TikTok and I don't have Instagram
it's not
that I
yours.
know of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, you got anything?
Nope, I got nothing.
All right, I'm good. Peace out, everybody.